Here we go. We are getting going here. Give me a minute here. We got a live stream offline. There it goes. Say hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Internet. We are all here. We're all chilling up, ready for a following up session to the thing. Those were words. That made sense to somebody.
Very good. Those were words.
So, we're getting underway. In our last session, those of you may remind, our great... on our last episode, we had some interesting encounters. There was while exploring the tunnels beneath the warehouse, there was a grumbling and a rumbling of the ground, and the walls all came down. Everybody was trapped in the basement, and then they got to fight a druid who could command stones and mud, and who also unleashed upon them an undead scourge, the likes of which they had never seen before. Now they are tasked with escaping. How do you do so? If I remember correctly, you guys are still in the tunnel, correct?
I think we just went through the mud barrier and got ourselves all nice and coated in mud.
That's what I recall.
We are covered in mud so that we can run through the flames and not die. Supposedly.
I'm a bird.
I was thinking over the break, and I checked this with Andrew. So we don't know if they know if we're alive or not. So we have to be prepared for the fact that they know. In which case, but in case they don't, it'd also be great if we didn't. So we could apparently, so if you put something in a bag of holding, like a living thing, it dies of asphyxiation because there's no air in there. So technically that means anything that could fit into the bag of holding, you could transport in a bag of holding for as long as it could hold its breath.
Yes.
So we might be able to, like, put people into the bag of holding, or sneaky people sneak out so the crows don't notice, just, like, from building to building. It's really stupid, but also...
It's a really bad idea, but I'm not there, so...
It's not a bad idea, because people can hold their breath for a long time, and it's not like you're getting compacted. It's because you get transported to it's like a different plane or something.
Yeah.
It would be very cold.
I saw that post on someplace.
It would be very what?
It'd be very cold.
Like, you'd take damage from it being cold?
You'd be making fortitude saves against the cold.
But you can hold your breath up to your constitution level, right?
Yes,
that number of rounds. So the quietest people, like the loudest people, are like Kaz and Vilcus.
Vilcus might be hard to fit in, but we technically do have a reduced person potion.
This could totally work.
Let's see. Basically, if you can get their shoulders through the bag, you can get them in the bag. That's basically so. Vilcus would be tough. Kazaroth would be easy. She's tall, but she's skinny. You can just kind of...
So that way, if they know we're alive, nothing changes, and if they don't know we're alive, then we have the potential to sneak past them without them realizing.
In theory.
Question, is it like a vacuum?
No.
It...
Kind of?
Sort of?
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Sort of, kind of.
If it's like a vacuum, wouldn't they not be able to survive anyway because of air pressure?
Well, there's no air. Yeah.
That's the point. The pressure
So
inside
they never say that for bags of holding. They do say you can't keep living things in it because they asphyxiate, but they don't say if it's...
They've never said it was instantaneous. I distinctly remember this debate coming up in either Critical Role or it was on a D&D page that I followed, and I can't remember. I think it's strictly based on definition. There's nothing saying that it's instant asphyxiation. There's just no air in it.
All right, let me look this up. Bag of holding, bag of devouring, boots of dancing. Sorry, kids. Welcome to the stream where Andrew spends the first 10 minutes of this episode looking up things that he said.
Hey, this is real D&D, guys.
Indeed.
No, we need some Doritos.
Wait, I just found it. If living creatures are
This
placed
appears to be a
within the
common
bag,
cloth sack about 2 feet by 4 feet in size.
Okay, if living creatures are placed within the bag, they can survive for up to 10 minutes, after which time they suffocate. So it's actually not based on your concept. It's 10 makes. It works. It works.
Yeah, she's right. It says it right in the information.
Oh, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all. So good. So good.
So,
oh my gosh, they answered the question of a bag of holding is placed within a portable hole. A rift to the astral plane is torn.
It sucks everything in.
Oh my gosh. If a portable hole is placed within the bag of holding, it opens a gate to the astral plane. The hole, the bag, and any creatures within a 10-foot radius are drawn there, destroying the portable hole and the bag of holding. Guys, we need to buy another bag of holding and get a portable hole, and we need to try this because that's freaking awesome.
We actually have 2 bags of holding. One with potions and one with the rest of the stuff.
This seems like a terrible idea. Actually,
it's a horrific idea, but
it's a terrible idea, but by the book, it should work.
I mean,
let's just do it. Let's just do it.
I mean, does anybody see a reason by the rules why this should not work?
Nope. I think it's an ingenious plan. You guys should do it.
And the rules literally are already saying that it would work. I do want to buy another bag of holding just to try the portable hole thing because that's just awesome.
Who knows? Maybe the magicians, maybe they don't have any way of tracking magic on the island.
That seems dubious. But at least for now, the crows won't be able to see us. Let's just do it. It's better than somebody failing a stealth roll.
Does anybody have a minor summoning spell so we could just check it?
Wait, what do you mean? Summoning spell?
Yeah, summon creature 1.
Oh, Harlan can summon monsters.
She told me that was prepared.
That's Hortus.
Well, she knows that there's no.
Oh right, duh. I'm sorry. You're right. It is on the list. She knows. We talked about it.
We should try that.
Okay. What? Why are we summoning a monster?
Because we wanted to try it.
To check before we put any of us. Although, if we had anything less big than a full-on spell.
What if
we put you in there, Alyssa? You're a crow.
I'm not there.
I know. It'd be really funny.
I think we have to get through the fire first. But...
yeah, why don't we get through the fire and then we can worry about summoning a thing. Unless you want to try it before we go and just have a lot of things.
Find a mouse or something. That's animal cruelty, and I feel horrible, but also...
It's not animal cruelty because it wouldn't die. We're just going to stick it in and then we're going to pop it out.
Well...
It's experimentation.
It wouldn't die.
It's experimentation.
I mean, based on the literally just based on what's written out in the rule book, I don't think it would be.
Though we are in a magical place. Although technically, we haven't noticed any issues with our bags of holding, have we?
No.
Oh, I thought his point was that we don't know if the wizards would be able to track that we're using it. But I mean, we've used spells up to this point before. Kaz has been casting.
True, but have you cast anything that's gone between planes?
Tasha has just dropped out. You're back.
Dropped out. What did you say?
Have we cast anything that goes between planes? No, it has not. Okay, conceivably though, just out of curiosity, and maybe this is an after session DM type question, is there something that would alert you to knowing that something has just changed planes?
Probably.
Why? How?
There's a way to do that.
That's so weird.
Your standard detect magic probably wouldn't in the case of a bag of holding, because it's already a fixed gate.
It's not like you're creating one.
You're not creating something. So unless they were finding it unless they were trying to track you based on the magical items you have on your person.
Yeah, I feel honestly, there's not going to be a way to like answer it, so I feel like let's just take the calculated risk. Because again, I'd rather bet on them not having like they used planar magic like alert button versus we fail a stealth roll and we get screwed over, especially because there's a lot of crows. But that's just me. In any case, like, but again, I'm just going to pose the question, do we want to try and figure this out now, or do we want to just get out of the building and then we can work on it?
Ethan, do you have any thoughts? You've been awfully quiet.
I've been quiet because I'm working on recoding Vilcus's sheet.
Oh.
On what?
I'm recoding the Vilcus's character sheet.
What do you mean recoding it?
As in, like, it's a series of code and I'm working on rewriting it?
As in, Vilcus's character sheet looks like that.
Oh no. Oh no. I thought he had I didn't realize he didn't have a physical copy of it.
But yes, I have been listening. I don't think it's really a good idea to do until we know what's going to happen. Because think about the way that it works to remove an item from a bag of holding. You have to think of what what you're trying to grab, and it will come to you through the dimensions. That doesn't necessarily imply that if someone were placed inside of it, they would be able to get out, because what happens if we end up unable to pull them out? They could end up trapped there past the amount of time they can hold their breath and die.
That's a good point.
What if we tied a rope around them and left the rope hanging out?
I feel like that would not make a difference through the dimensions.
You have a point.
Yeah, that would
try it with not one of us.
Yeah.
Well, that's
try with the summoned creature.
Yeah, I think that's a valid plan. So in that case, shoot, I'm sorry. What's the Raven's actual name?
Furion.
Furion. Are you of the camp of try this now or get out of the burning building and then?
I feel like we should probably try and get past the burning meat locker first.
Yeah, we should. I don't think stealth is terribly important until we're, actually safe.
Yeah, I think at this point it's just run until there's not flames. Yeet. Okay, so we're coated in mud, right?
You are indeed.
Did all the muddy mud. Alright, so do we just, bust through this and go?
Alright, so are you upstairs in the meat locker now?
No, we were underneath the trap door. I'm just...
Right.
How do we want it? Do we want to just punch the door open, have Vilcus punch the door open and go?
Look, we should probably do it with an external object so we don't burn ourselves.
It's fine. I can shoot the lock, honestly. I don't really care.
Eliseth,
Is it locked?
Right now?
I am on top of the warehouse that I was in last week unless somebody moved me.
Okay, no.
I probably would have kept an eye on the zombies and seen if the wizard came out of the tunnel. Did Nexus send Eliseth a message? Do I know that a battle is going on?
You probably saw something happen. Well, there was the woman outside, wasn't there? The druid?
Yeah, no, so from the notes it says Eliseth told us that via message that the Accorser walked away and a woman ran towards the mountain.
What?
So there was the wizard who was in the tunnels, and then apparently there was another person, a woman, who ended up being a druid, who was the one who cast the earthquake spell that
broke the building.
Yeah, we dealt with the wizard in about a round.
But the woman
the woman then collapsed the tunnels on us and tried her best to trap us and kill us. And
she probably would have followed the female.
Okay. Well, she, according to what Andrew said that you messaged to us.
Because Harley did message you and just because she did ask what you saw.
Nexus did send you a message. So did you? Nexus sent you a message at the end of last session, and your response was that the female druid ran back towards the mountain. So are you flying back towards the mountain to follow her?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Acortia also walked away and went somewhere else.
You did not see where the Acortia went. It just kind of walked off in a direction.
Okay.
Guys, all I can think of with the Acortia is the Acortia burning and turning into wrapped bacon.
What?
I'm thinking of the Acortia just wrapped bacon if he ever gets set on fire. It's making me very happy. That's all. Continue.
I don't think I would want to eat that bacon.
Wait,
Sick
okay, so
puppies.
what's the range on message?
Good question.
Wait, I have it up. It's a level 1?
Mm-hmm.
0? Level 0.
Yeah,
100 feet plus 10 feet per level, which is 90 feet, so 190 feet.
Okay, so basically as soon as you fly off, we're not going to be able to...
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so Elseth's out. We don't know where Elseth is anymore. I'm assuming you told us that you're going after her, maybe you didn't.
Yeah, I would probably tell Nexa that I would follow her for a little bit to see, like, if she enters a building, then I would probably come back.
Cool. All right, we'll pick up with that in a bit. All right, so you guys going up to the meat locker yet, or are you guys just still in the tunnel?
All right, let's just go. Do we have anything? Do you want me to shoot the lock? I don't think it was locked, though. I don't have anything to push this open with.
What?
Is there a lock on the trapdoor?
There was a lock on it, yeah.
Wow.
And
Really?
remember, because you had to pick the lock.
I thought that was from the meat locker to the outside.
That's what I thought.
Oh, on the trapdoor. I'm sorry, the trapdoor is not locked. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Fine.
Do we have anything that we can push this thing open with? I don't really want to use one of my guns because I'm assuming it's partly wood.
I can use a knife.
Okay.
Since I have plenty of expendable knives.
Okay, so you're pushing the trapdoor open with the knife?
Yeah.
Sure.
I've got the gun out, pointing at whatever flames.
Flames.
Is it actually burning? Is there a real fire?
You hear fire.
Do we see anything?
No.
What
you
do we
smell roasting meat.
I'm really hungry.
So are you poking your head up in there?
I'm going to very, very carefully look with my little eyeballs. With the gun, like, out for... No, actually, can I retcon that? Am I allowed to?
Sure.
Can I actually... I probably would... Can I take out the rifle, actually, the sniper rifle, and look through the scope?
Just go in there, go... And then come back. No.
No, like, can I look through the... Can I stick the thing out and look through the scope and not get shot in the head by somebody?
I mean... Sure?
I would like to do that. And see what I can see.
So you periscope up from the tunnel.
Basically. Something cool like that.
You don't see anything.
The trash monster from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you see just an empty locker filled with meat. It's very warm up in here. It's well over 100 degrees. You hear flames, but you don't see any.
And I don't see anyone.
You don't see anybody.
Okay, I'm gonna stick my head up enough and look. Does the structure of the building appear compromised?
You have no idea. You're in the metal meat locker.
That's right, it's metal. I forgot about that.
It is hot.
Is there any meat within reach?
Oh yeah. There's sides of ham, there's beef shanks, there's mutton, there's some meats you don't know. It looks like make a nature check.
Hold that thought. Sorry, that was really loud. Pretty sure I have no ranks in nature, so I'm going to say that's a 7.
7. There's something very big and fatty looking, and there's some very, very odd looking. You guess kind of it to be like a well marbled pork, but very small.
It's a miniature Wagyu beef?
No.
I'm going to try and find some. I'm gonna sneak my hand. If there's anything like within literally arm's reach, I'm going to grab a couple steaks.
Beef shank.
Okay.
You have like a beef shoulder rather.
Is it well cooked?
No, it's just starting to smell nice. It doesn't.
Is it like edible though? Would it give me worms?
It would probably give you worms still.
Damn it.
Like it's not even quite medium rare. It's like still raw most of the way through.
Never mind then. I was gonna get us some good steak and fine dining for the road.
Wait.
Yeah.
From atmosphere alone, this thing is cooking to rare.
Yeah, 100 degrees.
No, I'm over exaggerating for.
Okay.
I'm over exaggerating for theater. It's just really hot in this room.
Okay.
All right, never mind.
Sorry.
Yeah.
If things were like actually cooking, I was gonna be like, yo, let's just.
If things were actually cooking, you would not be in good shape right now.
You know what?
What?
I'm gonna do this really quickly. I'm gonna start motioning people up, and I'm gonna grab a couple of the steaks.
Is the door locked?
No, like this is like within the meat locker. I'm gonna usher you guys like.
The meat locker to the outside door, is it locked?
I'm gonna check that in 1 second because that's a good point. I didn't think about that. But I'm gonna grab the short sword. I'm gonna stick a couple of steaks on it, like kebab style, and I'm gonna go check the door.
You go to check the door. The door is in fact locked and very hot to the touch.
So just to check, we had to pick the locks from the outside.
Yes.
Wouldn't that unlock it?
Which means that there should be controls for the locks on the inside.
There are.
Can I carefully, without burning my fingers off, like unlock it?
You can certainly try.
Can I check for traps first?
Go for it.
Wait, it wasn't trapped the first time.
It was not trapped the first time.
Okay, then never mind. I'm just gonna unlock it.
You're just gonna unlock it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it unlock and kill me?
Okay, so as you reach for it, make a fortitude save, please.
Why?
Stealthing.
Stealth. Yes. Good idea.
Furion pretends to be. Furion pretends to be.
20.
Okay, so you.
Natural 20. I will show you, but now I'm scared.
Awesome, natural 20. So because of that, you are able to avoid what is a very impromptu magical trap.
Of course, I should have checked. I should have figured.
As you're reaching for it, you all of a sudden you notice something's not quite, and you pull away just as like a little bolt of electricity courses out of the lock and into the ceiling.
Nice. I'm going to poke it very carefully with the stake. I'll flat the stake at it.
The stake sizzles now.
Oh, is it still sparking?
The rest of it seems to have discharged into the stake, and you still see it's running around and it's going up onto your sword and going down into the other stakes. You're cooking your steaks through magical trap.
Oh, is it still cooking? Dang it! I was just gonna run through the flames with it, and that was gonna be so cool. It was gonna.
Let's just prove that you can't cook things by firing them through flames, though.
I know, but the magic is going to cook it, and then I will run it through the flames, and that will sear it, and it'll be a gorgeous finish, and we will all be happy. And I'll put it in the bag of holding, and whoever's sitting in the bag of holding can hold their breath and eat. That's how this is gonna work. All right, cool. I'm gonna take my steak kebab.
I don't know if you've ever tried to eat while holding your breath, but it really isn't easy.
Wait,
fine.
Do we have to hold our breaths since it said you can survive to 10 minutes?
No, you get 10 minutes and then you asphyxiate.
You get 10 minutes and then you asphyxiate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just eat a little bit of
10 minutes of glorious kebab and then you die.
10 minutes of glorious kebab and then you die. That's going on the quotes list.
This is why I joined Pathfinder, to come up with stupid ways to eat food. I'm going to open up the sword kebab. And I'm going to get out the pepper box, because technically I can't have the steak kebab and the sniper rifle.
Okay. So, do you open the door?
I don't know, is everybody there?
Yeah, everybody's there. The people.
I'm going to roll stealth then.
The people in armor, or who have a lot of fur, they're dying. It's really hot in here. Actually, can Vilkas...
Ironically, the people in armor are also the people with fur.
Also true. Vilkas and Kazaroth needs to make fort saves.
I'm also in a lot of layers and armor and crap. Do I need to make a fortitude save?
Yeah, no, you're a tiefling. You're good about that sort of thing.
Does my wolf need to make a...
Wait, your wolf was with us?
I don't know. Where's my wolf?
We have not thought about your wolf.
We better hope your wolf wasn't with us, that your wolf has probably been buried under 15 feet
We're
of
gonna
rock.
say that my wolf is in the forest somewhere. Can that be okay?
That makes sense to me, because that's where he was 2 sessions ago. So like,
cool.
So like your wolf is probably
liability
like,
or whatever.
So it's like not really. No, I don't think so. Or
no, just unless the wizards wander across a random wolf
in the forest.
Oh, look, a wolf!
It's an island, though. How many wolves do they have in the forest of an island?
Who knows?
That's
the real
It's a magic island.
She has instructions to attack anything that she sees that she doesn't recognize.
You walk past, she's attacking a palm tree.
Humanoid.
You do realize that also leaves the available spot for her to like run into an Akorsha.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. But Nelithil might be dead.
Sorry. Eliseth, where would you have Nelithil hang
out? Probably behind the warehouse where I was as a bird, like in the forest.
Okay, in the forest part. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're still
wherever there's cover.
Then she's probably fine.
For that fortitude save for Vilcus, at the moment, we're still waiting for Ethan's rewrite of the document to email its way through, but it's a 10 plus whatever his fortitude save is, which is probably quite a bit.
Working on it.
You guys are probably fine. Both Kazroth and he are fine.
His fort save is a total of 11.
So 21. Thanks, Ethan.
Vilcus is fine. Kazroth, not quite as fine, but they're both fine.
Okay.
Quick note.
Yes.
Yes.
Important for you to know, DM, I did actually give up the I gave up the heat resistance for the scaled skin.
Okay, then throw out a fort save there. It's pretty low.
I rolled a
28.
You're fine.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
I rolled a 32 for stealth. And so if everybody's good and nobody's like telling me not to, I'm going to very carefully. I'm going to stand to the one side and I'm going to open the door so that any flames that jut in will fly into somebody else's face.
Okay, so everybody clears the door. You open it. A few flames jut in, and you don't see any warehouse. You just see fire.
That's not fun. I don't like that.
Welp. We can always technically tunnel our way out. We have a pickaxe.
But we do have the rolling ball of water. We have the water ball. The hamster ball of water. And it's not. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize to any Philadelphians in the area who are offended by my making fun of you calling it water.
She means the hamster ball of water is what you mean.
Yes, the water ball.
The water ball.
Okay, so do we want to run through or do we want to use the hamster ball?
Can we determine how much of this is magical flame and how much is normal flame?
Ooh, yeah. Nexa has a headband that will tell her.
Nexa goes, magic. It's all magic.
Dandy.
I don't know. Wait, what does magic
big
fire
magic.
do? Does magic fire, like, not extinguish?
No.
Wait,
Magic
I'm
fire
looking up. What?
typically catches anything that it touches and doesn't go out.
But, like, the sphere of water has a thing about natural
Yeah,
flame.
that was why I was asking.
You don't know about it, but it does. That might.
Well, Kaz would.
Kazroth tells you that it should go. Kazroth tells you that it should go through fine.
It should. I don't know if it'll take it out. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it up to other party members because Triss isn't gonna make that decision. Do we want to use the sphere?
Magical fire is also likely to do more damage to us than other fire, even if we're coated in a liberal layer of mud.
That's actually.
Oh, that's right. We all look like mocking mud monsters.
Wait, it functions as yo. Okay, this isn't.
You don't know.
This isn't large or less, but it does dispel magic against magical fires as long as these fires are size large or less. I forgot that it did have that part. But this, I don't know, what size is this fire?
Well, of what you can see of it, it's bigger than the door.
Okay, I think that we should. My vote is for aqueous orb, but I want other people's input because I'm talking too much.
If we need someone to test it, I can. I do have fire resistance as a team. I'd prefer not to have to, in case it suddenly does crap tons of damage to me and I'm lit on fire and I die.
Well, seeing as we can't see the structure and like this could collapse at literally any moment, I think we should not try and do a test run. I think we need to just decide.
We can also always just take the pickaxe. We can see the moon at one point in the tunneling. We could probably pickaxe our way out.
Kazaroth asked you if you're going to use the aqueous orb to all hold hands and stand in a cluster.
I'm Firion. What's Firion and next and
Dolcus.
Who's not here? Yeah. What do you guys want to do? That's really just Firion because Nexa and Dolcus are not here.
Don't care.
Sorry, what's happening with this orb?
It's an aqueous orb that we can basically use as a water hamster ball and roll out of the flames and not get hurt. I think I want to use that idea, but it would burn a spell slot.
I think no matter what we do at this point, we're going to get seen coming out.
Yeah.
Start singing through the fire and the flames.
What'd you say? Ethan, what'd you say?
Start singing through the fire and the flames.
Yes. Emily, what did you say?
Whose spell slot are we using?
Kaz.
Well, we're gonna take a long rest after this.
I don't think we can.
We have to.
We have to.
Did we decide that?
We're all running low on stealth, on hit points and spells.
And hit points.
Casita will never run low on
Nexa will pipe in and say that it's probably a good idea.
Andrew, what?
No, I said that Casita will never run low on stealth.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, I'm going to say let's do aqueous water orb.
So we're still going to go through the fire instead of pickaxing out.
Just because I feel like pickaxing out is going to take a lot. My opinion with the pickaxing out, as smart as it probably is I don't know how long that would take. And that's longer time for us to get discovered by XYZ. Or for Nelithil to get caught. And also, we don't want to exhaust ourselves.
Okay.
And if we're doing long rest, we'll just regain the spell slot anyway. Say again?
I think let's do the aqueous orb if we can.
Alright, so Kazaroth will go to the back of the meat locker and she will conjure.
Yes. Quick thing though.
Uh-huh.
Wait, actually, Andrew, do you have the spell? You had the full spell up, right?
Do I have the full spell up?
Yes. Just so you know how to run it, because this is Kazaroth. It's not somebody that I'm gonna.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Because it holds up. Because it holds up to 4 medium, but she could always roll it back and forth. Like if she stands in it and she takes 3 people at a time. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute for a while.
It's good. You're good. Okay, so. Anyway, Kazaroth is going to call forth the orb of water and stand in it. You see as, like, you know, like, the water starts to make her fur wave and, like, the mud start to come off of it and just, like, start like, this sort of, like, sludgy...
Oh, crap, we're losing our mud camouflage.
And so she...
It's okay, you still have the coats.
And she just starts rolling it through the door and she's gesturing with her one hand.
I shall dive into the orb!
Casita dives into the orb.
You get rolled in.
I'll go right after.
Firion dives in.
I'll go, so I guess.
Triss bravely sallies forth. And
Nexa hops in.
You can only do 4.
We're at max capacity. We're gonna have to go back and forth.
JK!
So yeah, Nexa and Vilcus would go in the next.
Nexa dives and is rebounded off the orb.
Wait. I didn't realize it was only 4.
Well, no, because yes. Wait,
Can I retcon that? Oh. Because if I had known that it was only 4, Firion would not have gone in. He would have sent Nexa in.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Okay.
All right. So
yeah, and Vilcus would have let Nexa go.
Yeah, definitely. So, so slowly the orb rolls forward. It's weird. Like it's like weird. You're like rolling and you're not breathing, and you can't really see too much because the water's just like a mess of mud now. Casita, somebody's foot is in your face. You don't know who it is.
Wow, that sounds familiar.
You've had a tough day with feet.
Feet and faces, swords and chest.
It's just you're rolling along, and all of a sudden you see Luch, I think, and so you watch them roll through the fire, and the fire kind of close up behind them. And then you just hear those of you in the army you just hear Kessler go.
What? Was that Get Out?
You don't know. That's what you heard. You feel something pushing you towards the outside.
Okay,
I'm gonna pop out.
Okay, so those of you who are on the outside now, ladies, you hop out and you look back and you see that the structure you're in is still partially standing. The one wall is entirely collapsed from the earthquake. But this part of the warehouse is still sort of standing. And you look, and the warehouse isn't on fire, but the meat locker is. The meat locker is like enrobed in like a fire. It looks like it's almost rolling around it like water. Like it has ripples in it. But it's just like it's entirely coating the meat locker, but not spreading.
I like go. So it's as if like an aqueous orb of fire was around the meat locker.
Yes, but
or like a cube of fire.
It's more like drapes of fire.
Can I go up to it with the meat kebab? Wait, no, is my steak soggy?
It is now.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to it with the meat kebab. I'm gonna like wave it near the flames and let it dry out and like sear.
Wait. Meat soggy?
You know what I mean? Like, is it drenched? Like, my steak has now been floating in an aqueous orb. I'm gonna go steam it out and also sear it against
all right,
the flame.
So Kristen's searing her soggy meat up against the side of the meat locker, which is draped in fire, and Kazaroth starts rolling backwards in her muck orb.
I'm going to start divvying up the steak and handing it out to those who are
It's
standing
still
near me.
cooking. It's still cooking.
Okay, I'm gonna take the pieces that I just cut. I'm just gonna stand here and cook it for a while. It's hibachi grill. It's okay.
Hibachi. You should wait till she does the volcano thing with the onions all on the end of her sword. It's the highlight of the performance.
This is my new skill is hibachi against.
I will stand behind her and do like the knife juggling.
From behind you, you hear a scream. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so Vilcus and Firion, this is what you see. You see this ball of muck squeezing through the door, and it just starts rolling towards you. Do you try to avoid it, or do you just let it take you?
I try to avoid it.
Make it dexterity check.
Dex check or reflex save?
Reflex save.
27.
So, Firion, you're dodging around, so, like, Vilcus is just watching as this muck ball is just chasing Firion around the meat lockers. Firion is, like, dodging out of the way, and bit by bit, like, she's picking up the occasional hunk of meat.
Well, at least
So,
we'll know
do I feel it all burned during this point?
You feel hot. It's like, it's starting to get, like, very uncomfortably hot, but you're not burning yet.
Okay, then I'm just booking it to the door.
All right.
I'm not getting in this water orb.
All right, you're booking through the door. Make a, oh golly, I'll be right back. No, I'll be right back. Go for it. Can you do me a... Oh, there's no saving throw. Never mind. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're correct. Good call on that, Gabrielle. Everybody takes 6 points of non-lethal damage from being knocked around in the aqueous orb.
Yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Kazaroth will take double that.
Rolling around for it no longer.
Yeah.
Beardy.
So eventually, Kazaroth's orb will find its way to Vilcus and glomp him, and they will continue rolling.
Wait, what?
Oh, also, can you roll, oh, by the way, just from the heat of the fire of you standing near it, you take 3 points of heat damage.
Who?
Me.
Triss.
Would that also, like, because I'm 5 feet away? Wait, I'm sticking the sword out. Does that?
Triss, your ASMR, do you guys have resistances?
I think,
You probably do.
But it's not. But it's acid, cold, and electricity.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. So running through.
Is this game done yet? I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna flip it on the kebab.
Okay, so it's 1.5 damage. Caster level. Okay, so you are going to take 27 points of fire damage. As you
Me?
Yeah, you. As you run through the door. Yes.
Worth it.
Yeah.
How much was it?
27.
Whoa! Worth it not to get wet?
Yes.
Does Furion have a thing about bats?
Sorry.
What?
Does Furion have a thing about bats?
About bats?
Baths.
Oh, baths.
Like, you know.
No.
You just don't like aqueous water orbs.
It was mucky.
The Raven does not want to be dirty.
No, he has a lot of gear and cloaks and armor that would have to get cleaned out of.
That's fair.
True. So, eventually, out the door rolls, just sort of this oozy orb, and then as soon as it rolls through the door, it just breaks, and out flumps a very dirty, very soggy Kazaroth, and a...
fish.
What's that? And also a very soggy Vilcus.
True love. Alright, what do we do? I'm gonna stealth. Stealth.
Happy.
Yes, thank you.
I'll help to her feet.
Seriously, appreciate. Would you like some steak?
Yes.
Check. Are they finally finished cooking? They're in cubes now. They're small.
If you like medium rare, yes.
Do you like medium rare? I'm going to divvy out the rest of them to the party. If you like them well done, then you're a Satanist and you can cook it yourself.
Yes.
Speaking as Ethan, medium rare is too well cooked.
Yes.
Oh, so you like rare?
He likes his meat still mooing.
Yeah, give it to me bleeding and mooing and I'll eat it.
You sound like my aunt.
Okay, next is roll to story one stealth. Okay.
Vilcus stealth is coming up.
36.
His stealth is 4.
Total 20 for Vilcus then.
Dang.
Wait, does this work like Legend of Zelda and we get points back, health points back for eating good food?
Oh, if only.
It's Skyrim food! We just take a break in the middle of battle to eat 15 cheese wheels.
Accurate.
True.
Kazaroth has a 2 on stealth.
Does my previous stealth check still stand?
Which one was yours?
49.
49.
Yeah.
Yes.
I assume mine also stands from before.
Yeah.
45.
All right. So let's see.
Is this like group stealth at the moment?
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
might actually have a chance then.
We all fall on top of Azrael. Make her shush. Please stop making those faces. I don't like them.
So I'm curious, Andrew, when you do group stealth,
Mm-hmm.
do you do our group stealth versus all of them, or individual perceptions or group perceptions?
It depends. If it's like a group of individuals, I tend to do it individual. If it's something like a swarm, I tend to do it group. Yeah, that's kind of how I do it. The crows are a swarm, and as
murder.
It's a murder of crows. Despite the fact that one of them rolled a natural 20, it was, I kid you not when I say it was 4 10s, a 12, and then a 20. Still, crows at night, they're just not good enough to see you guys as a group. So you guys are able to maneuver on out of there. As at least you think you do. So you guys just go out of the door that's open?
Check for traps.
Yeah.
Sure, make a perception check there.
Can Nexa see anything magical with the...
Nexa cannot see anything magical.
Sure, I'll check anyway. Well, 25.
You don't see anything magical. You see
or
there...
normal.
What was that?
Or normal.
Or normal. No. You see.
What?
Sorry, I interrupted you. You
No,
said you were saying something.
So if you guys poke around outside, you see there's just crows gathered on all the rooftops, peeking down.
Do they look like they're looking?
They definitely look like they're looking.
Welp.
Are there any more on the ground?
There are a couple hopping around the ground. You see several circling.
About how many are we looking at now?
You're looking at somewhere north of 50.
Great.
So where do we want to try to go? At this point, what looks like it's not collapsed?
The house you first came in at is still there. Let's actually tell you what. Let's switch back to that map, shall we?
The map. I'm the map.
What is the wrong map? Also, wrong map. There we go. That's the right map.
Oh crap!
What?
What?
I just realized.
Wait, don't say it out loud. Type it. Type it to only us.
That would be unfair.
No, it's fair. That's true. Sorry. Go ahead.
Technically, if they scryed, I assume that the Nexa has the scrying ring, right? The anti-scrying ring.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I hate me for saying this, but technically, if they scryed on Eliseth, they'd see her now, wouldn't they?
Oh, balls, yeah.
Granted, they would have to be scrying on her, which seems unlikely, but...
I don't think, technically they probably wouldn't because I'm a crow.
Well, shape change doesn't stop the fact that you're you.
I suppose.
Those are both true.
I think the odds are probably pretty low that they'd be like, who should we scry on? Let's scry on Eliseth today. We happen to be lucky.
Yeah. Like, that's just probability. But that's still, how many people do we have? 7? Do we even have 7? How many people do we have?
And they'd have to also decide to scry on her after scrying on us for a while and probably not getting anything.
Yeah.
My
14% chance.
My random dice roll was interesting.
Okay.
Mother of pearl. I feel like would you, okay, for this, would you have it roll high or low? Because I feel like low probability. I feel like singling her out would be low probability.
It would indeed.
Crap, you thought of that.
All right, kids. So
I might just roll a d8 on based on who they tried to scry on. DMs think alike.
Shouldn't we pick numbers between 1 and 7?
He does,
Oh,
arbitrarily.
we're already numbered.
Yes. You are already numbered.
Frick my life.
So we have a 1 in 7 chance of...
Yeah, it's a 14% chance that they would have picked us.
We have okay odds.
Was it?
It's not. It is, but it's also not including the probability of
them deciding to scry now.
Yeah, when they haven't been able to so far. The only thing is that we keep evading their death attack things, like all their attempts to kill us. So I feel like they might. But
yeah. Oh, you're right. Crap balls.
It's fine. It's tough.
So, with wizards watching or not watching, you proceed softly out into the night. You guys are here, by the by. Which way do you want to go?
Out of character, does anyone have preference of where to sleep?
Someplace not near any of...
Yeah, we should probably move away from where we have been because they probably know where we are.
Well, duh.
Kroloseth thinks to herself in the sky.
No, that was Nexa.
Oh, Nexa, never mind.
Obvious.
Can you
we didn't want to sleep right here, but...
Yeah, do you mind, like, declaring when it's Nexa? Because otherwise we can't tell if it's you as Emily or you as Eliseth talking to yourself or Nexa.
Crow, Eliseth, we should not sleep here, just...
Let's assume if I'm addressing the party while Eliseth is not there, it's Nexa.
That's...
But again, distinguish between yourself as Emily and Nexa. Thank you.
Cool. Speaking of which, we should catch up with Eliseth.
Yeah.
Alright, so, flapping slowly towards the mountain, you're keeping an eye on the woman below. She doesn't seem to notice you. She's running. At first she's running, but then she slows her pace a bit. You see that she's walking along, and make a perception check. This is with disadvantage because crows are daytime flippy flaps.
Wait, what did... Oh, okay. Sorry.
Crows are daytime flippy flaps.
33.
33. You don't see exactly how, but she's walking through, and there's like 2 trees in the middle of the wilderness, and she runs between the 2 of them, and you pass over them, and like she's not on the other side.
Sweet. So secret door. That's exciting. I mentally take note of that and then fly back to the group.
Cool. All right. So you flap back to the group just as you don't see them at first with your 33. You're looking.
And didn't we all roll at least like 34 and higher? I think somebody hit a 32 maybe, but
oh, that's right.
Focus was somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah, next time
Kazaroth was in the single digits, but what else is new?
But we grouped.
Yeah, we did.
We grouped.
So Kroloseth, you return to the murder of crows, and they're all still kind of looking around, and there's one crow in particular that you're watching. It's like hanging off one of the gables of the houses and peering into an alley.
Sorry, you just tossed out for me, Andrew. Could you repeat that?
There is a crow hanging on the edge of like a gable and like peering down a alleyway.
I look down that alleyway.
And just as you do, you see a long white tail slip around the corner.
A long white tail, like the
Kazaroth tail,
or,
probably.
Like, Kazaroth.
Yeah, you guess it's a Kazaroth tail.
I don't know what color is Kazaroth.
White.
I don't know what color people are. Okay, I will go.
You see that this crow is like curiously kind of flaps over to the next building and is peeking over the corner again.
Can you please have just like called crap to yourself very quietly? That would have been stinking hilarious. I thought you were saying caw, caw, caw for a second.
Caw! Oh, I'm gonna hang back a little bit and see if the crow follows. If it follows a little bit further, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Do any of us notice this crow?
Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
As a matter of fact, you do. You see that there's a crow just hopping over the... You see this too, LSF, from the other side. You see the crow hopping up to the top of the roof, and for a minute, against the moonlight, you can see that something draws your attention up, and you look up, and there's a crow looking down at you. I think that's kind of what crows look like. Like, what am I doing? The beady. They're supposed to have, like, little beady eyes. The opposite of that, but, like, shiny.
Boilerplate eyes.
What?
Just Momo. How the Momo's looking.
It's like they have crows with, like, those googly eyes you get at BBS. And stick on those.
Oh my gosh.
So is this crow following them?
You would assume so. You know, from your experience as a crow.
Basically, it seems to see us.
It seems to at least be seeing somebody.
I'm gonna poke everyone and point up at it.
As a crow, can I cause a fight with this crow?
That seems...
Yeah.
Like it.
I can...
As a distraction.
No, never mind.
As a distraction, yeah, but do we know if these crows are linked? Like, if you start a fight, will it be like, that seems odd?
Can I act like I'm trying to mate with it?
Horrifically convenient.
All right.
Whatever.
I never thought this would come up tonight.
And once again, love is made racist.
Okay, so how do you want to do this?
I don't know how. I'm gonna call, and then I'm gonna flap. I'm gonna like fly over to it, and land near it, and like flap my wings really nicely, and like call a little bit, and like dance around it, and like get it.
There's
to turn
crows with a
around.
mating dance. Crows with a mating dance. I googled it.
Yes, I do the chicken dance as a crow.
So you do the chicken dance seductively on a rooftop.
And the crow, like, I'm gonna try to get it to turn away from the group.
Okay, go ahead and make a. What do I even do? Make a either nature or charisma check.
How about nature?
Nature. I'll let you make a nature check.
That'd be great. I know what crows do.
Wow.
Oh, do crows count as beasts?
Yeah. I'd say
Awesome.
so.
I get a bonus for that.
Please tell me there has to be a roll to see if this crow is into her.
I got a 26.
26.
Channel your inner bard.
Oh no, I don't like that.
All right. So you start helping her. The crow turns around and she goes like,
Crow has crow boner.
The crow hops over to you, and goes, and like leans over and like pokes at you with its beak and goes, and it like does like a little shuffle of its own, flaps its wings, does a little shuffle back the other way.
What the heck?
Crow sex snorking.
All the other crows start crowing. Oh, get around!
I'm gonna like hop. I'm gonna continue hopping away from the direction that the group went, and like get him away from the group until I feel that they have moved on far enough that I can like detangle myself from this crow's attraction. Follow them.
That lovesick fool is following you.
Okay.
All right.
I would also like to point out that this is literally just the donkey scene with the dragon from Shrek. You're never getting away now.
Yep, basically.
And 2 years later, Kronoseth is now happily married with
She's paid good money emergency spell, turning her into a crow.
Speaking of which, how long does
this bracelet thing last?
I think it's an hour.
My gosh.
What do you call a baby crow?
A crowlet?
A crowlet? A
A
crowletariat?
Oh my goodness, no.
Alright, so, you have seduced a crow. Congratulations!
I don't know. I'm gonna try to like lead him back to the rest of the murder, and then I'm gonna try to blend in with the crowd and then fly away.
Okay, make a stealth check.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, alright, Dwight Schrute.
That's a 36.
A 36.
This poor crow is gonna be heartbroken. What are you doing to him?
It's fine.
Okay, so...
It deserves to be heartbroken.
What was it, a 36?
Yeah.
Okay, not even with the crow's bonus is that good enough. As the crow's going...
Wait. Crows have a stealth bonus?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. 30. Oh wait, I'm not. No.
Wait, did you just break the crow's heart?
It's fine. It's just a crow.
That's not what.
Wow,
that's
what
not
a
you
thing
said
for
2
a
days
ranger
ago.
to say.
Just a crow!
The crow was already planning the date. He had a ring. He was naming his proletariat babies. You're a monster.
And somewhere in the distance, for no apparent reason, the raven feels a sudden solidarity with all male birds.
Alright, so then Kroloseth is gonna fly in the direction that the party went.
Okay, behind you, you hear...
I'm gonna try to like stealth and like turn back into Eliseth and join the back of the group and see if they notice.
Alright, go ahead and make a stealth check with disadvantage because you're turning into something else, but go for it.
Can I make a perception check against this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it like where I can't see them.
I assume my natural 20 does not stand.
Does not stand.
Do I need to re-roll? I had a 34 before.
I also have
Does
34.
my camouflage count with this?
Sure.
I mean, you were wearing your cloak.
Yeah, sure. I think so.
28. I rolled really poorly.
28.
34.
I had a
31.
34. Okay, so Eliseth,
Yeah, everyone noticed.
even though you are being stealthy, you don't land. You're still getting used to being a crow, and you overshoot a little bit. So instead of landing directly behind the party, you land smack in the middle of the party. And just also Eliseth is in the middle of the party.
That was what exactly?
Sorry, what?
What was the reason? Why would you do that?
Do
We're scaring Kazaroth, who will literally scream.
You look.
Sorry, guys.
Vilcus is just gonna taw like a who incidentally did not roll high enough to notice.
Guys, I found a secret entrance.
Who?
Wherever the lady wizard went.
Where did she go? Like, you said the mountains, right?
Yeah, she went that way, and I point the direction. I can show you.
I think we might want to take a rest first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably actually.
Since we all have exited this building looking a whole lot more beat up than we were when we came in.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's probably.
I have a third of my hit points.
Eliseth, when you go, like, also when you arrive, you look at your party. Oh man.
Oh, I could see
And
that.
Christina and the Raven are probably covered in like rock rubble.
Yeah.
I like to think I have a black eye that's slowly swelling shut.
I probably still have the big cut mark on my face or chest.
Everybody's like.
Right. So I'll just yeah, we'll just find somewhere to camp and yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Would I know from seeing stuff flying as a crow? Would I have seen any good places that I think would be good for a camp? I would like.
Sure, you can make a nature check or a survival check.
Survival.
Sure.
37.
37. Okay, so on a hunch, you start leading everybody back down to the shore.
Okay.
And after a little bit, like, 'cause, like, you're not sure, but you think you saw this from your time in the boat.
What?
Triss, what you know out of character is seemingly confirmed to you. But you remember seeing something on the boat that looked interesting. So you lead the party down and you skirt along sort of like the steep sides of the island until you find there's a little indent. There's a little indent on the side of the island. It's like normally rock, but it kind of peels back in, and you find surrounded by jungle shrubbery. You find a shallow sandy cave with a rather deep pool of water.
That's not nice.
The pool of water is clear. It's about 8 or 9 feet deep.
Is it drinkable water?
You don't know.
Okay.
It's 8 or 9 feet deep. It's probably about the size of about a third of an Olympic swimming pool, give or take.
Okay.
Are there any gold statues at the bottom?
No.
Okay.
However, it is lit from what looks like some glowing anemones at the bottom.
This is not familiar to me, is it?
No.
Right.
This place is not familiar to you, at least.
Dandy.
But there's enough room for everyone to kind of like
there's
spread
definitely
out.
enough room for you guys to spread out.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
Everyone?
I'm good at those.
Is this everybody?
45.
45.
Natural 1.
Oh.
Natural 1. Casita, your boots look so nasty. 26.
20, no, I'll just put it.
Alright, and, okay, cool. Alright, so all of you guys clumping together, as Ella said, as you're coming around, you see, carved in the cave wall. You see carved in common, right near the base of the wall, in the shadows, you see carved, "This is the last stop."
Well, that's not creepy at all. There's nothing in the pool of water.
No.
It's just like it's just a pool. It's not like a tunnel underneath it or anything.
Not that you see, no.
Is the pool magical? Is like anything in this cave magical? By the headband.
From Nexa, Nexa's only getting Nexa's only getting very slight magic from the anemones.
Do I know what the anemones are?
Sure, make a nature check. This is gonna be a bit of a long shot, though.
Okay.
Are there any sticks or rocks?
I'd say the Raven could also make one.
33.
33. You don't know what these are. They appear to be a...
This is nature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They appear to be a sea anemone of some variety.
Modified 20, so no.
They're shiny ocean things.
Are there any...
How deep was the pool?
About 9 feet.
Were there any sticks or driftwood?
Yeah, there's some odd driftwood about. Like, you can certainly go and get some very easily.
Did you get a
Like,
rock
is there
as
any
well?
in the cave?
Oh, not in the cave, no.
Hey, Casita.
Yeah.
I don't like the message on the wall.
What message?
She looks up from her boots.
Like direct your head.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Do you want to sacrifice another dagger? And just drop it in the pool and just see what happens.
I drop a dagger in the pool.
A silent tear falls.
It comes to rest on the bottom.
Anything change about it?
I mean, now that you see it, it looks kind of blue now.
This isn't the frickin' Chronicles of Narnia, Gabrielle.
I know. I already checked. But like, this is the last stop. It's creepy to me. And now the dagger is blue.
All right, so there's enough space for people to camp without touching the water. All right.
Yeah.
I say we just camp in.
Like, you can see the blue ripples moving across the dagger. But then again, all of the water looks ripply and blue.
So once the ripples die away, does that still happen?
And like, it's never completely still.
Is there anything disturbing it?
Like wind and it looks like a pond. Like ponds are still sunlight dappled underneath.
Is there a back to this cave?
Yeah. It's only about 10, 12 feet
Has
deep.
anyone walked in yet?
Yeah,
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that's where you found the message.
Let's just like stay here.
Can I go and like poke? I'm assuming all the steak is now. Everybody ate the steak. It's no longer on my nasty sword.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go and poke the back of the cave?
Kunk, kunk, shink. It's stone.
Can I like drag it around? It's fine.
Stone.
Alyssa says, "All right, well, I'm gonna go cover our tracks and make sure that nobody follows us." And then she goes and does that.
Survival check for that. And
Can I get my dagger back?
You gonna dive in and grab it?
I would like to see if I can fashion a hook and just stick it down there and hook it out, because I'm still suspicious.
How would you fashion the dagger?
I can help. Can I help with that? Because I have engineering skills.
How would I fashion a dagger?
A hook.
Hook? I mean, if we've got any sort of, wire or something.
Do like a wire loop with a rope.
Yeah.
I don't have any wire.
We have a grappling hook. I can use that.
That's true.
Very clumsily. I'm fishing with a grappling hook.
I guess make a dex check?
Okay.
I don't know. There's no fishing skill. Don't know why.
No.
It's probably one of the professions or crafts, so you can.
That's not too fabulous. That's a 14.
You're able to hit it with the grappling hook. You're not able to get a thing on it.
I can try if you want.
You're welcome to give it a shot.
Never mind.
What'd you roll?
11.
11. Your throw was just like either.
If we bump against one of the anemones, does it do anything?
Yeah.
You hit against the anemone, just kind of goes.
Well, then I guess my dagger's staying there, because I'm not willing to risk going into a pond and the inscription, "This is the last stop," for one of my 100-some-odd daggers.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Wait, the muckball. There was more steak. Did anyone get it?
Oh, that's right. The muckball. You got some of that ugly, fatty-looking stuff. You got some of the it's like really dark, like really, really dark red meat. And you also got some of the odd-looking small pork. Mm-hmm. And you also just got, like, some plain beef shoulder.
Are there, like, banana leaves type trees around?
Yeah.
Can I go to, like, a bush and, like, grab some leaves and wrap up the meat?
Sure. Eliseth, make a survival check.
I'm stealthing.
I can try to cook the meat if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you want to do that, that'd be great. But I'll wrap up whatever you
fire.
29.
Okay, so 29. You are able to deduce what the other two kinds of meat are.
Oh, what are they?
The fatty dark one is whale.
Oh.
And the strange small pork looking one, you aren't entirely sure. what it is, but you have some creeping sense that it's about the right size for a halfling.
Oh!
Alright, Triss has them and she's walking past me? Is this what is
pretty
happening?
much.
Triss, I wouldn't eat the smaller one if I were you.
What is it?
You don't want to know.
Yes, I do.
Alright, it's probably a halfling.
Okay, here. She's gonna just toss it.
But the other ones should be good. It's whale. You should like it.
Okay, I'll trade you. So can you take the whale stuff, and I'm gonna bury this because I get the sense that they would probably, pick up on the fact that we've been here if they suddenly find halfling meat in the middle of this is the last stop cave.
Yeah, probably.
So Triss is going to set about doing that while still stealthing and paying attention to
Does Eliseth think that it would be a bad idea to light a fire and cook meat? Or does she know how to make smokeless fire?
I don't know, does she? I feel like that's not a DM question, that's more of a question.
I feel like she should because she lived in the forest for
Probably,
a really long time.
Like, is it a good idea to make fire at this point? That's all up to you. But you could build a pretty clean fire, like a mostly smokeless. Yeah, probably. Like after years of doing it, I mean, you probably have figured out how to do it by now.
I had to go for a second there. What happened?
We're trying to figure out if we should make a fire.
Okay. Did you hear
do what?
Meat?
What?
What are we doing a fire for?
You said that you were going to try and cook the meat.
I said I could try to do it without fire.
Oh, okay. Wait, how would you do that, actually?
I have an electricity enchantment on my gloves, so technically if I punched the meat, I could electrocute it.
Can you please
try and cook it that way?
Wait! No, I'm serious, Tasha. Did you see how hard did you have to slap a chicken to cook it?
No!
Oh my gosh, I will send it to you.
I hand the whale over.
You have to punch the whale meat to cook it with your electric gloves.
Also, you have people who have magic. You also have people who have spark.
Spark wouldn't cook meat.
You're right, that would not, actually.
Can I try and cook meat by punching it?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna continue covering our tracks.
Just because this is entertaining.
Oh, and I'm gonna say to Triss, I can take it back to the forest and bury it while I'm covering up our tracks and everything. So it's not here.
Whatever you feel like doing.
Okay.
As long as it gets buried.
Okay, so
I don't really care.
You exchange the halfling chops.
Yep.
Alright, so you have some whale meat, you have some beef shoulder, and you got whatever rations you brought with you from the boat. Is that enough food? Actually, it probably is.
Yeah. Okay, so can we start punching the whale meat?
Alright. Alright, sure, go for it. What
do you want me to do?
I don't know. This is
okay.
beyond science right now, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's not.
Well,
this is kinetics and electricity.
Nexa is going to roll out her bedroll and go to sleep.
You okay? Just... Alright, cool. Nexa is dozing off. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to stay up for a while and watch Tasha and watch Casita punch the whale meat.
I will see if it works, and if it, no matter whether it does or not, I'm going to sleep.
You're a baker. Go ahead and make a profession check.
Let's get the die back from before. Try that again. That's not great. 11.
Okay, this is hard.
Although, at this point, I'm kind of just relying on the potential damage from electricity.
Go ahead. What's your damage for electricity?
It's a D6 unless I crit, and then it's a D10.
Yeah, how much was the damage from the lock? Because that cooked the steak pretty well.
Yeah, the damage from the lock was probably like 2d6, 3d6.
So I can punch it a few times and we should have cooked meat, right?
Considering the whale steak is so large, but with some...
No, wait! If it doesn't work after a few punches, I will fillet it.
Okay, so at this point, you fillet the whale. At this point, I imagine you just sort of like flipping it like a pizza pie out towards, because you're just going, and just, congratulations, you have, like, whale steak.
It's fillets.
Whale fillets.
Between fillet and steak, hun.
Alright, kids. Whale fillets are for dinner.
I feel like we've done a lot of useful stuff that's been very entertaining this session.
Okay, so we have seduced a crow. Cleaned ourselves by accident.
We didn't, because it was mud. It was a mud ball.
Alright, so now you guys are in a cave. Nexa is presumably face down in her sleeping bag, snoring like a logger.
Someone watching? Or on watch?
I can. I have a pretty high...
Alyssa's on watch, because I think she's the only person who's not hurt.
And I will curl up and go to... Wait, you came out of all of that completely unscathed?
Yep.
She was a crow the entire time.
I wasn't in that. No, I didn't battle with anyone.
No, I meant the other one as well.
The first encounter, you got hit by the zombie, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I was in the building the entire time.
Oh, you're right. No, it was your wolf that got hit.
Yeah.
I'll take second watch. Can I count? I rolled too early. Can I count my natural 20?
Nexa would probably take second watch because she only needs 4 hours.
Because she has the magical belt.
I will take one of the watches because I rolled a natural 20 on perception. I don't want to waste it.
I'm gonna take and go to sleep.
So I will sleep through the first. I will take the last watch. I don't care.
Ethan, did you just say something?
Yes, I will say a quick prayer over my sword and go to sleep.
What language do you say it in?
I'm speaking in... Oh, Tasha, help me out here. Which one is the devil? Is it Abyssal or Infernal?
Devil is Infernal.
Infernal. I'm speaking in Infernal.
Can I understand it?
I believe you can.
What's he say?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know who else. Anybody else speak Infernal? Do y'all?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Curiosity does. Kazaroth speaks bits and pieces, but not very well. No, I'm sorry. Okay, so what? Okay. All right.
Tasha, did you read the meme?
What?
Did you read the link? I sent the link about how
yes. 23,000 slaps to cook a chicken.
How long would
or
that
one
take?
Giant slap. Or one giant slap at 3,725.95 miles per hour.
The Blue Angels slapped my chicken. Oh, Kira has a question for us.
Ooh. Thank you.
Hey, all, can I get a quick recap? Not to mention the creepy music. Why did you not tie a rope to the dagger?
Because I was too lazy to. I did actually think of it, but
okay,
I
so
just didn't.
Quick recap. How would you guys sum up this episode?
What, Kira? The one I texted you wasn't good enough?
Rude.
Our one fan. We've alienated our one fan. Let's see. There was escape from the meat locker. There was fire. There was crow-on-crow seduction. And a lot of meat. Just a lot of meat.
Actual logistical question. Since she wasn't technically since Elsis is not technically actually a crow, does this count as bestiality?
No, because she's pretending to be a crow.
But that doesn't change it. That's like that's basically a furry pretending to be.
I feel like if she's polymorphed, it counts as not bestiality.
I didn't actually do anything. I just lured it away.
Also true.
Ooh, I think that's still technically
no, it doesn't count.
It does not count. I also go with the polymorph, like the whole polymorph thing. Also, it's magic.
Yeah, that's just sparkly bestiality.
No, that's Kassaroth and Vilkas.
First again? And first.
Moving right along. First watch.
Hello.
That's... Yeah.
Did Casita actually want to know what I said?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because, like, nobody else understands it, so if you want, I can just send it to you, or I can read it aloud.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever you prefer.
For the sake of the viewers, I'll read it aloud.
Oh, very nice.
The viewer, at this point, I think. At the cost of my blood, you aid me against foes. Now, as I slumber, please save me from woes. As the nightmares creep into my mind, may Malendith's battle against my sanity be kind.
Wow.
You can see his internal thought is, how poetic, but she doesn't say it. You have earned enough of her respect to not make snarky comments like that all the time.
Neat. Alright, so, who is first one? First one is Alyssa? Alright, cool. Are you okay?
I'm reading slapped chicken meat.
Oh, nice.
You're not disappointing at all.
Alright, so, Alyssa, your first watch is, it's quiet. You don't see anything, except you do see a shark pass by.
Oh, great.
Not in the pond, like out in the ocean. You see
good to know.
what appears to be a rather large shark fin pass by.
Abominable shark. Sorry, had to.
Throwback, man. Throwback.
And that's for the end of your thing. You're just very quiet.
Can she tell what kind of shark?
Oh my gosh. Doesn't matter.
Large.
We would like to
Great
know.
white.
Maybe it's going to come up on land and bite you.
I'm
I'm pretty sure you would care then.
You just look down.
Well, given the fact that we will eventually have to get off this island again.
Yeah, it would be nice to know, is it a nurse shark? Is it a tiger shark? Is it a great white shark? Some of those sharks don't attack.
Is it an eating people shark?
It appears to be quite large. That's about all you can deduce at this distance.
Cool.
I'm just thinking like a shark's like crawling, like the Hanna-Barbera creeping north and it's just like a shark. Never mind. Alright, so Elsa, that's your watch. Second watch is...
Nexa.
You guys are doing 3 watches tonight, is that right?
Yeah.
I got a natural 20, so I would like to apply it.
Cool.
If possible.
Alright, so Nexa, what you see is the anemones. You see them, like, as it gets around, like, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and the sky is starting to turn sort of, like, a light gray. You see, like, one of them, like, goes like this.
What? Wait, sorry, what?
One of the anemones goes.
The anemones are under the water, right?
Yes. And you see spores come out. And then another anemone goes.
Are they touching the surface or are they staying?
No, they're
the
still
water?
below. They're luminous, just like the other anemones.
Okay.
And they kind of just become a cloud in the water together. And you see that they settle back in the water, and they kind of cast just like shiny little crystals all across the floor.
When Triss wakes up, she's gonna tell her about that, and then as people wake up, she's gonna be like, "Don't drink the water."
When Triss wakes up?
Yeah.
Because she's sorry. Brain fart.
Yep. Alright, so Triss, it is your turn to watch.
She's going to keep a particular eye on the spores and like check it like once an hour, like every 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, I'm not going to proclaim my role again because I'm very excited about it. But that's
okay.
Fine.
So you don't notice anything wrong about the anemones. To you, they seem like some sort of strange, magical little plant animals. They're cool.
Could she have borrowed the circlet from Nexa, since Nexa was going to sleep? She's going to look back at this. Are they? Is it still the same type of magical field again?
Yes, same magical field. Except all the little crystals are also magic.
Okay, so maybe it's just baby anemones. That's not how. I don't. Would she know that most anemones don't mate like that? I don't think they do.
Are you like very familiar with the like?
I don't know.
Did you read the Blue Planet scrolls?
I don't know.
I'd probably say Triss would not be familiar with that.
She wouldn't. I don't. Well, yeah, no, I'm retconning. I'm sorry. That's that. I'm sorry. I'm metagaming. I'm more trying to figure out if you know that that's not how anemones.
Oh, yeah. That's how other things mate. But yes.
I'm being obnoxious because it's science. Okay, she's going to go back and she's going to still keep an eye on the spores just to see what they do, because they seem now just interesting. But she's also going to look out at the wide world with her not elf eyes and the magical circle and see what she can see for 4 hours.
So you look around, you don't see too much going out over the ocean. You do see another big fin cruising along out there.
Is it a magical fin?
No.
Oh, dang it.
Just a honking big fin.
Can she look around? Is there anything magical about the cave itself? Anything pop up?
No.
I feel like I asked that earlier. Okay.
Yep, just that message right where the cave hits the ground.
Is it magical?
Andrew?
Yes?
I absolutely hate you for putting these creatures in here because I can't say their name. I also so like I can't make comments about them.
Yes.
I also can't say the name of the spice that's used to make spicy candies, but
What?
Cinnamon.
Oh, do you say cinnamon?
Something like that. But Kira wants to know how these creatures would breed.
Interesting. I
do actually want to. This is interesting.
So, judging by what you saw, it seems like the anemones. So based on what you saw, they're kind of like, you describe it as like asexual reproduction together. Does that make any sense?
No.
That's
not how that works. I'm so sorry.
It's like
asexual reproduction would be like budding.
Yeah, it's like that's how like coral works, right?
No. Bacteria sometimes do that.
Coral grows. I don't think they actually.
They have an exoskeleton though, but it's an animal on the inside. I forget.
Coral can reproduce asexually, and sexually in asexual reproductions, new clonal polyps bud off from the parent polyps to expand or begin new colonies.
Is that how anemones do it, or coral?
So like
that's coral. I can Google anemones if you want.
So outside of this, basically is sort of, from what you see, these crystals seem to come from the anemones. The different anemones seem to produce different parts of the crystal, and the crystal seems to like grow. Like you see small anemones growing in different places in the pond. So
wait, are the spores the crystals?
What was that?
Are the spores the crystals, or are you talking about something different?
The spores are the crystals.
Okay.
So sort of like they appear to have like spores, which are fertilized in some manner, which settle and then grow plant-like almost.
Okay. Also, from the Raven, or from Ethan, sea anemones also breed asexually by breaking in half or into smaller pieces, which regenerate into polyps.
Okay.
I should have known that. I really should.
But again, this is not like a sea anemone like we know sea anemones. It's something that resembles a sea anemone. It's some sort of magical entity that resembles a sea anemone.
Also, on a side note,
yeah,
because I just thought of this, does the magical headband require tuning?
No.
Okay, cool, good. Because that wouldn't have worked otherwise.
Maybe not outside of like, maybe it takes a couple minutes to get used to, but.
Okay. Does anything happen for 4 hours?
But so like you do note that there's like that utter lack of like a bird song on the island. Like,
well, it is in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but
or
like,
is it dawn now?
It's approaching dawn. Like towards the end, there's no like birds. No
birds sing at night too.
Yeah, some do. Some do.
Not as many, but so like, but are there any cricket noises? Is it dead silent on this island?
It's pretty much dead silent.
It's creepy.
Toward dawn, you hear what sounds kind of like wings, and you see crows go overhead, but they don't seem to look. But they don't slow down or anything. Just. Poof.
Do they like circle and go back?
You see them go overhead once.
Unfortunately, that one crow saw us, which presumably means that it's going to get passed along. If they didn't know already.
Well, they didn't. Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say?
The one crow who was following us, who Eliseth broke the heart of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's true. Wait, so which direction did they go? Towards the beach or away from?
Like, you're like this. You saw two crows go like this. You saw them go overhead. You're in a cave. You can't see where they come from or where they're going. I mean, like.
Well, I would presumably, if I'm stealthing, I would, I guess I wouldn't necessarily stick my head out. Wait, how would I see them overhead if I'm in the cave, though? So I'd have to look out that way, in which case I would see them go somewhere.
Okay, so the cave is sort of like this. So it's like this. Like this. If this is the front of the cave, it's like the sides. It's almost like it's shaped like like those. The containers that silly putty come in.
Yes, like the egg things.
Yeah, like if you stuck one of those halfway into the sand, you guys are in the upper half.
Right. So I could look out, and if I see the sky, I should be able to see which direction it's going.
Okay.
I can see the shark in the ocean.
Yeah, so like it looks like they're just making a lap of the island. Just like you see them go from right to left in front of you.
So unrelated, but Kira says that this episode should probably be called, quote, "the one with too much weird reproduction."
That's actually a perfect title. I like it.
It is.
Correction, too many weird reproduction questions.
Yes.
We learned about reproduction of a lot of different things.
Play D&D with way too many science people.
Honestly, this is just, guys, we're just making up for the fact that our lovely bard Nexa does not try and seduce everything that moves. So we have to question everything.
My roommate just weighed in. You can never have too many weird reproduction questions, apparently.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. Okay. Alright, anything else in our observations?
Oh, right, and as the dawn's drawing on, you hear a slight rumbling noise.
Can we skip this song?
Why?
Please.
Wait, is it the clown song?
It's Creepy Flute.
Wait, no, don't skip it yet. I need to listen. It wasn't playing Crappy Flute on mine. I need to hear the Crappy Flute.
That's interesting. I got nothing.
Ethan also asking to skip it. I can do that for you guys.
Wait, is it like actual like Crappy Flute, or is it?
Yeah, it's actually it's really it's like a recorder, and it's like a third grader playing and trying to play a really cool song. It's just bad.
Wait, I'm so confused. Like it's not actually playing on mine at all. Like it's
also like a
different.
loop of like the same 4 bars.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, okay, so
we lost Sasha.
Oh dear.
I'll give it like a few seconds because she's been dropping in and out.
I just say it is a beautiful dawn. The sky is crystal clear.
Yeah, but there's also rumbly things.
Is right. You hear a light rumbling noise in the distance, and then all of a sudden, everybody on the island is woken by this distant, echoing, guttural roar.
Sorry, I dropped out again. What happened?
That's the only thing that happened.
I have a question. Does it sound like a dragon?
Yeah.
To you, yes. Yes, it does.
It's
Where to get... Can I tell?
To Eliseth, who's a dragon lady thing.
Yeah, I have favorite enemy and everything.
It doesn't sound to be too happy.
Like, is it in pain or is it just mad?
Can I tell where it's coming from?
Make a survival check, I guess. Perception?
Kira, to me it sounds like a constipated cow.
Yes!
Does this count as tracking?
Yes.
Awesome! Oh, that's a really crappy roll. 28.
It seems to be coming from the center of the island.
Great.
I'll say that much.
Where
Great.
the mountain is, basically?
Yeah.
Great.
Well, that narrows things down.
Was the ground rumbling presumably from the roaring, or is that something different?
It seems to be rumbling along with the roaring.
I'm gonna tell everyone that we should probably take cover.
Aren't we in cover?
Get better cover!
Basically. Well, make sure. Okay, wait. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I'm gonna shut up
We
now.
find something more. Let's dig ourselves into the sand, guys.
Ostrich.
Ostrich. You see legs sticking up out of the ground.
We can use that for just butter pieces of troll. Just shove our heads in the sand and it can't see us. Oh, we can't see it, so it can't see us.
Alright, so you hear in the air, you hear.
I'm gonna stick my hand in the water and see if anything bad happens to me.
What?
You stick your hand in the water. It's delightfully chilly.
But nothing bad happens to me?
No.
I dive in the water.
Can you grab my dagger while you're down there?
You look, and as the wing beats grow louder, you look at the surface of the water goes. Alright, what'd you roll for stealth?
Wait, hang on. What is the water's like shaking?
Yes.
Oh, from the wing beat?
45.
Yes. 45. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
45.
Wow, you were rolling phenomenally today, Ethan.
I know.
Ethan, you become. Ethan, you stay on the bottom and pretend to be an enemy. Triss, oh my word, Kazaroth.
Also, guys, remember the
oh, that's right, I forgot the +2. And I have to see if my amulet went off for today.
Wait, +2 from what?
From Aliceth made camouflage cloaks that she gave us at the beginning.
What about Vilcus?
I'm rolling for him right now.
Are we all?
No.
Oh,
I
hon.
rolled 2 for Vilcus, but mine should be altered to a 48.
Wait, if Vilcus starts making a lot of noise, can we kick him into the pool? Like, quietly.
Quietly kick someone in heavy plate armor into the pool.
Kazaroth is making a ton of noise. Kazaroth has a 2 again.
Vilcus was a natural 2. Oh my God. So it's a total of, like, 8 with the cloak.
Can we like, dunk their heads on I don't know! There's nothing to be done.
Still! Don't move!
Wait, shoot. Did Vilcus just yell stealth and jump in the pool himself?
No! They just...
If we have to fight Bertram, I think we're done.
So...
Oh my God, no, shoot, don't say that.
You look out against the sun and you see a huge shadow pass in front of it, and the beach goes dark for a minute. You've never seen all of Bertram.
Shizzle my nizzle.
You can't believe how long he is, from nose to tail. He is quite possibly the biggest living thing you've ever seen. He let loose another bellow. You see that around his head and neck, there seems to be some sort of white vine or cord that occasionally pulses red.
A cord?
Cord.
Like a leash?
No, more like a... Like, you don't see that it's attached to anything except him?
Kazaroth. Is that thing magic? What is it doing?
Is it a collar?
It's probably connecting to their dragon controlling thing that Diaz told us about.
I think it's hurting him.
So the shot collar.
You said it's like wound around, like you can see like as he comes back the other direction. He doesn't seem to be looking for you. He's just cruising and bellowing. You see, it looks like it has almost like it goes like around his head, like around down his neck. It's like one going down his chest. You see like going up, like almost into his eyes, into his mouth.
Wait, the rope is going into his eyes?
It's not like it's like a glowing white, occasionally pulsating red, like cord or vine.
Kazaroth, have you ever seen anything like that before? Yikes. Whoa!
The dragon laughs. You hear it laughing as just sort of circling.
Does it sound like Bertram's laugh?
Is it circling our area?
It's just like circling. It's usually circling the whole island, but you can hear it. Like even when the wing beats grow faint, you can hear it. Well, now, my friend.
Oh my gosh. Is this Bertram? Does it sound like Bertram?
It sounds like Bertram.
It doesn't sound like Bertram. That's not your voice for Bertram.
Yeah, it
It sounds
is.
like evil Bertram.
He's like looking into the West with Bertram.
Mirror universe.
I will find you.
Great.
It's a constipated cow. I'm sorry, now that Kira said it, I can't unhear it. It just sounds like a constipated cow.
You hear.
The burning things are throwing up.
And you look and you see a spout of flame across the sky. I am very hungry.
Well, then why don't you eat the wizards?
And I am very, very tired.
Well, then I suggest you eat some nice wizards and you take a nice nap.
Just like cover her
Breaking
mouth.
stealth to talk?
No, I'm thinking it because it's Bertram. He's in our heads. Duh.
Is he still in our head? Like, is this happening in our head?
No.
Because you said it was just loud enough for
The only
entire
person
island.
he was only in my head.
He was also in
Previously.
who's
Is
it?
He
he
used
in
to
our
be in
heads or
Rhiannox,
just out
but
loud?
passes.
When you think it, like when you think that, Eliseth, you don't get the idea doesn't like go through. Like you get somehow this sixth sense that not even that the idea doesn't go through. It's like the idea is slapped back into your face.
What?
Is that how it was every time I tried to contact him before this?
No, like that was more like it fell silent. Like it just like went. Huh.
So is it like?
This is more like.
But also to Tasha's point, the link was established solely with Casita and Kazaroth.
True.
That
But this is
doesn't
still working.
mean that
Okay. Doesn't mean what?
that's the only people that can communicate with him. I don't.
I'm
think.
just double checking because I also don't want to blow stuff.
You know, you're
Also, again,
Well, I don't say anything out loud.
okay,
Okay,
just
but-
thinking.
Again, also as a
I
side
think
note-
that to him.
as a side note, can you also again? Can you call out
Clarify.
your thinking versus talking?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right. So, is there anything you guys want to do now? As you hear something shaking. You feel something shaking again. Oh.
Can we check with the band to see if he's using magic to try and
Dragons
locate us?
are magic.
Yes, they are magic, but is he using magic to try to locate our position? If he does something like the wizard did to find us by using detect thoughts,
So what you're doing is you're looking down, and who has the ring of the anti-scrying? It's Nexa, right?
Triss had it for the watch, but I assume she gave it back to Nexa? Question mark?
Not the anti-scrying one.
You had the circlet.
I had the circlet. Yeah. I think Nexa has the anti-scrying one.
I think Nexa has the anti-scrying.
The anti-scrying ring, you look at it, it is glowing. It is glowing and it is hot. Like, Nexa's, like, actually wincing with pain from it being hot.
Does that mean, like, so it glows when somebody is trying to scry? As a backtrack that you can yell at me if this is retconning, was it glowing at any point at all while the crows were around, or while we were running through the flames and everything else? Okay. Interesting.
Like, it's actually very hot.
Do we know if she takes it off, does it stop working?
Presumably, yes.
Crap. If I put my hand around the ring, would it help to diffuse it at all?
You would feel quite hot. You're like,
I'm a tiefling.
Okay, so it hurts you.
I have resistance to fire.
It hurts you less than it hurts her.
We can also direct her to stick her hand in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a cool pool.
Is the Raven still underwater? Has he just been underwater for the last 10 minutes?
Yes, he is. He has been underwater this entire time.
Are you one with the anemone?
He's gotta be running out of breath.
he goes, no,
he can hold his breath for, I'm sorry, he can hold his breath for over 3 minutes.
How long has it been, Andrew?
It's been about 2.5, you bet.
I'm gonna point at my dagger. Like, can you bring it back up for me, please?
Upon resurfacing, the dagger comes with him.
Thank you.
And do you go back down?
No, the dragon's flown away.
The dragon is still circling, correct?
Yes,
around the island.
You hear the wing flaps louder and louder now, and you just hear, "I will run!" And you hear.
This is very painful.
You hear like the flapping stop.
Oh gosh.
What did he say right before he fell?
Run.
Run.
Which means he broke through the enchantment that they had on him.
At this point in your heads, Casita,
yes.
You hear an ungodly shriek. And it's not stopping.
Oh. Is this like painful?
This is actually painful to hear.
Carol says, Casita, are you okay?
Freaking dog! Screaming inside my head.
Shoot.
Is
Kaz also similarly affected?
Is Kaz getting the same?
Kazroth is doubled over in the back corner. It's
do we know where he landed?
You don't know where you hit, and all of a sudden, Casita, all of a sudden, it just cuts out.
Is there any different sort of feeling than there was before?
Define different from before.
I don't know how the whole, like, is it like a rough feeling in the back of your head that, like, there's always someone there if you want to poke them? Is it like having someone next to you? Like, you know they're there?
Yeah. And
you can sense their general disposition?
Yeah.
Has that changed from how it was
with, like,
before the shrieking in my head?
Before the shrieking, like, with him just not being there, like, being distant?
Yeah.
It's gone to not being there again.
What just happened?
That sounds to me like he broke through whatever enchantment they had for a minute. But
did they make him pay for it?
That would be my guess. Kaz, any insight?
This has to be a spell being cast by multiple wizards as a ritual.
So technically, if we take enough of them out, they can't sustain it anymore, right?
Presumably, yes. There's nothing that there's even so. There's no. I don't know of any magic spells that a mortal can wield that can keep a dragon like that in bondage forever.
What about demons or devils?
Oh, they might have help. That's lovely.
Oh.
We know they've been doing this before. Would I know anything? Or the Raven?
About what?
Would either of us know anything about any extraplanar creatures that would have any sort of abilities like this?
All right, let's talk about that cord. Make some checks. I don't know, intelligence. Golly.
Knowledge planes?
Yeah, that'll do.
Nope.
21.
21.
This might be outside of my wheelhouse because it's not an abyssal plane, but I also have knowledge in planes. Could I also roll?
If you have knowledge in planes, I'll let you do it. Know who else has knowledge in planes?
Kaz.
Yes, she does.
Why does she have knowledge in planes? Is that just exposure and interest?
Yes. Well, because like so much of the early part of this campaign was about planes.
That's true.
It seemed kind of like it'd be kind of natural for the main magic user in the group to do her research.
Any advantages on this roll?
Nope.
Okay, 18.
18. All right. Let's see. It's 7 plus 22 for Kazaroth. I don't think any of you guys know what these are.
But potentially some extraplanar being, not necessarily something necessarily like a deity or anything, could.
I mean,
hello, Seth.
Possible.
Yeah, what?
Do dragons need sleep?
Yeah. Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Is
it like a normal one that's like they can sleep for hundreds of years?
Yeah, they can go into hibernate. Like, they will sometimes catnap, but they also will pretty commonly go into hibernation.
But it's not a normal cyclical.
No,
sleep.
no, they're kind of like a sleep when they need to.
Okay, I share that information.
Yeah.
Alright, so that means we can't necessarily just wait for him to fall asleep to move.
No. But I think he's down now. I think it might be our best option.
Speaking of which, when he went down, did the ring stop glowing?
The ring did stop glowing.
Okay, so I have a question. First time we found out he was a dragon, he could beat my stealth with impunity. Do we know, is that a dragon thing?
I feel like
Eliseth would probably know.
Yeah.
Dragons are very perceptive.
So that's perception, but not you can just sense everything around you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
didn't find us this time.
Casita, do you want to poke your head out and see if you can see where he landed?
Let's see what I can do. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
That's grand.
You are stealthing. You look up in the sky and you see just a cloud of crows pouring towards a gap about a half-mile away from you, where there is just where there were palm trees, there is just a broken pathway, and you see a tail coming out of it.
I think I know where he is.
Can we sneak past him into another area to get closer to the mountain?
Where was that entrance you were talking about?
Yeah.
So basically, if you went back to where you were last night and headed north...
In the opposite direction from the dragon?
Yes.
Okay. We do that.
We're gonna have to be super stealthy.
Alright.
Based on where we're going, would that be a high enough vantage point that Triss could watch through the scope?
You would be heading uphill the whole time.
Okay, Trista's going to go with them, obviously. If we're all going, then Trista's going to go, and she's going to use the scope to, like, try and see what...
Ethan, do you have any thoughts?
Visible from that distance.
If
we're going.
We have a goal that we need to reach, and we need to keep as stealthy and silent as we can.
Yes.
But I don't think we really have anything that will give us advantage over a dragon.
Yeah, I feel like going to help Bertram.
No, I think right now is the best time.
Wait, what, Emily?
I think right now is the best time to walk around if there is a dragon on this island, because it sounds like he is mostly incapacitated at this time.
Question. Yeah. With the headband, does he look any different now than he did before?
Whereas before he'd be like this resplendent silvery gold color, you see occasional flashes of it, but right now his magical aura is red and black.
Do we have any idea what that means?
Like, not good things usually, like, as in, like usually when it comes to, like, colors, like, of magic, like, you know that divine magic is usually, like, whitish. Give me a minute here. Excuse me for a moment so I can check
black
this.
Necrotic, because that's metal.
What was it?
Is black necrotic, is necrotic black because that's goth?
Why would it not be? Okay.
So it's necrotic and something.
Alright, so here we go. Here are the ones. Okay, so it is... Here we go. So, necromancy is usually black. Necromancy is usually black. Divine magic is usually white.
Or gold.
White or gold, yeah. Illusion spells are usually, like, gray in color. Gray in color. Divination spells are usually light blue. Evocation spells are usually red, or sometimes orange.
Possession spells are usually green, right?
Yes.
He's not going green at all, or was it?
That would be... What are possession spells? They would be... Enchantment spells would be green, yeah.
Was he green before he crashed?
You don't know. Oh, was he green before you? Oh, that's right, because you still have the thing.
Well, whoever had it and was looking.
He personally was not green, but the thing that was tied like around him, bound to him, was green.
Is it still?
If you get, do you want to get that close to see?
No.
No, I don't.
Was he glowing anything?
What?
We have a quick note from Kira.
Mm-hmm.
That if he's fighting back, now might be a good time to free him, and potentially the vine could be shot by Triss with a sniper rifle.
I have quicksilver bullets, but I don't know what the impact.
I feel like it would be better for us to take care of the wizards. I think it would be better to take care of the outside problem and then free him.
She has a point, but if we fail, we're screwed.
Yeah. I also don't have anything I don't have any bullets that are effective against magic. If I had made all-night bullets, I would try. I would say maybe that would be effective, but I don't have anything.
I have an arrowhead. I have arrowheads.
That's true. But that's something that we can check into. But
yeah, but I think it would be best to take care of the wizards first.
Yeah.
Because
it's more of a gamble than we can afford to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if we did succeed, the wizards would know where we are.
Yeah.
That's also very, very true. Before...
Oh, also, illusion can be pink as well.
Before he crash landed, what color was Bertram himself, or was he no color at all?
Well, if you were looking with nothing, he was his normal color. If you're looking with the headband, he was just like a sea of black and red.
Okay, so that hasn't changed.
Yeah, black and red.
So he's the same as he was before, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing around his head is glowing green in the magical aura department.
Okay. That's good to know. All right, so we're going back towards the secret entrance.
Stealthily.
Yes. Yeah, so Tristan's gonna keep watching through the scope.
I'm gonna try to like cover tracks as we go.
Sure.
Or like if Nexa, no, Nexa's a card, not a druid.
Oh, dang!
Did Kaz roll well?
Yes, she rolled a natural 20.
That's 2 of us!
To be watching through the scope, do I need to roll perception or do I just look?
You're just looking.
Okay, then.
Bilsys has got a 21 stealth.
Nice! Where the heck is Nelithil?
In the forest still.
For the duration of this, are we just basically saying that Nullfell is in the forest?
Yep.
We don't have to worry about where Nullfell is.
I'm just worried about her getting discovered by something and eaten. Oh yeah, that's true.
Hang on.
I mean, 2 fails. What are you talking about?
15 is 30, yeah. No,
okay.
6.
What are you talking about, 2 fails?
Do we have one from Ethan?
Yeah. 48, right? Jeez!
Oh, gosh.
50? Isn't that a natural 20 for you?
Not with the +2 from the cloak.
Right.
And Kazaroth rolled a natural 20, and you rolled a natural 20, right?
I had the natural 20
so
as well,
so that gives you guys actually 4 ups. So even though the crows rolled excellently, you guys are still better.
Aha!
So you guys managed to inch through. You guys do catch sight in the distance. They don't see you, I don't think. Fortunately for you, they do not see you. Even though, yes.
Sorry, for Nexa, would she be able to use her mental linkage to yeaaaah to get names/descriptions that people were supposed to be killing?
Yeah, did we ever get that?
No, we didn't. I asked Andrew over.
Yes, you did. Nexa definitely could have.
I'm pretty sure she did.
I would say at this moment, Diaz breaks back in. Hello, my friends. How is the tropical island?
Not tropical?
Well, we are.
Semi-tropical.
Well, considering that there's a pack of wizards and a dragon hunting us, and a pack of crows, and a murderer or 2 of crows chasing us, it's not that great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I think I will buy the island and use it for a resort after you destroy them all.
Oh, well, good for you.
We can share in the spoils, no?
We'll talk about that later.
It is a good plan. Alright, so what do you want to know?
Well, we were wondering if you had a description of any of the people that were supposed to be looking for any of the wizards.
Indeed I do.
Oh, that's lovely.
Kind of would have been nice to know that wizard was a relative term, and not all of them are actually wizards.
I am sorry, I go by rumors. It's what
I know I don't have the link to Diaz, but
it is what the men in our position must do, no? Surely you must see that there are times when the only solution is to be a little bit reckless, no?
I suppose in some situations, but I don't think this is one of them.
Oh, all situations are ready for somebody to be reckless.
Kira says survival first, timeshare real estate later.
Alright. Very well. So let me tell you. Here's what I know about these people. I've done some learning since you have gone. I've talked to one of your friends. The mage Thea. We have run some experiments.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Were you close to him?
What type of experiments?
Oh, various kinds. But we have come back with some answers, no?
Okay.
Okay, so These people here, they're called the Five-Tiered Ladder. They're calling themselves.
I'm sorry, the Five-Tiered Ladder?
Indeed. See. The Five-Tiered Ladder. I know their names. They are Marzeth the Plague Bringer.
Okay.
Xenon the Angel of Light.
The Angel of Light. That sounds pleasant. And the other three?
This one is one that I'm struggling to make up my own handwriting. Excuse me. His name is Alienir the Puppet Master.
Ah. Okay.
You have the next one is the... Her name is Sapphire Earthspeaker.
Think we met her.
Yeah, I think so.
And the greatest of them all, leader of their band, is Jabez.
It's Kevin.
Jabez the Torchbearer.
Well, I think we already know what he looks like. And I believe we know what Sapphire looks like. Do you have descriptions of the other three?
I have seen Marzeth, as I've been heard them told, as being he is a man.
No shit, Sherlock.
That's quite specific.
Marzeth, he is described to me as a man who is skinny, but with a large belly. He looks very, unkempt. Like, you know, he has like what they call in back on the back in the Slavish country. Exactly that man. Yes. You see, we have friends in common. We have friends in common.
What was it?
Gabrielle messaged him privately.
No, I also missed it.
It's okay. Only Ethan would get it. That's the problem.
Okay, and Xenon?
Xenon, he is described as a man with long hair, blonde hair, always dresses very fancily. Then there is Alenir. Nobody has seen his face as far as I know. He is always wearing a mask.
Has someone been taking notes of this, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
Sapphire, she's described as a young woman with brown hair.
Yes, I believe somebody saw her. Did anyone see her besides Eliseth? Okay.
We heard her.
Mm-hmm. And Jabez, and you know what Jabez looks like.
Yes.
Do any of these descriptions match the guy who was in the tunnel?
No.
Okay.
Emily, do you mind putting the other descriptions in the records doc? I didn't get to write down the other two.
Yeah, do you want me to put them in the records or in the enemies?
Both.
Okay, got it.
Thanks.
Yep.
Alright. Rumor has it... What?
I was gonna say any other useful information.
Rumor has it they were trying to raise up one of their young assistants to be one of them.
Sounds familiar.
Any idea what he looks like?
He was, I do not know. Like I said, I am just a man of things. A man of many mysteries, international, and great resort ideas.
Right. Is there anything else that you can tell us? Because we're kind of in a hurry right now. But we really appreciate...
I'm pretty sure somebody said there was a dragon on the island.
Okay, yeah, we kind of got that. But thank you.
I'm glad to help. Have a great
Can you
time.
not see the island?
See, the island is blocked off to me from the vision by the spells.
He can't hear me. I don't know why. I just asked that out loud. Never mind.
Tris just blurts it out.
In a whisper, so no one can hear.
Yeah.
She blurts it out in a whisper to her scope.
Thank you for that information, and we're a bit busy, but
Very well.
we'll let you know how it goes.
Indeed. And remember, your reward and the bank will be waiting for you when you return.
The bank.
Good.
The bank.
Alright. And then she cuts off the link. When we are in a good place, Nexa will share that information with the party, but probably not while we're traveling stealthed.
Alright.
The ones who may not be named. Anyway.
So you guys continue creeping upwards. You see in the distance, you see a group of figures. You see it looks like from a deep distance, they're not paying any attention. They're lower than you on the slope, coming around from a different direction and not looking up your way. But it appears to be 4 or 5 Akurshas and a hooded figure running down the slope towards the dragon.
Do we want
I checked to make sure that the raven's still there.
The raven is still there.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
Do we want to let them go, or do we want to try to kill the hooded figure?
No. They're coming from a different direction from we are anyway.
And I don't think we can take on 4 Akurshas and an unknown.
Yeah. That was like 100. That's like 200 hit points each.
Quick note, what's the Akorsha? Is that the skinless thing again?
Yep.
Yeah. And
unfortunately, it does not have 400 hit points, but...
Quick question. I know, right?
Also,
wait, so
who had perception that was high? Like in the last check?
I don't know.
What was your definition of high?
Over 30.
We didn't make any perception checks.
I didn't roll one.
Okay, but...
When?
Sir, I don't know. Through Nexa's eyes, Nexa can see that there is an aura around them as they run.
What type?
What color is it?
Dark blue.
Which correlated
What
to...
is that?
Dark blue correlates to abjuration, usually.
It includes what set spells is. I don't. I'm bad. I was a caster and I didn't pay attention to what rules.
Abjuration are protective spells. They create physical and magical barriers, negate magical or physical abilities, or harm trespassers, or maybe even banish the subject to the spell of another plane of existence.
So don't attack the party. Got it. All right,
Yeah, abjuration is mostly like protection stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Quick thing. First of all, did we see the figures just with the naked eye, or is that what I saw through the scope?
Naked eye.
Okay. Still looking
like
through
at a deep distance. The only way you're able to tell that there are Akurshas is through the scope.
Okay. Gonna keep watching back there through the scope, but just out of curiosity, what is the aura of the anti-scrying ring? Is that also abjuration?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think so.
I would assume so.
Good question.
Protection from magical effects.
Yeah. Or you know what? Actually, maybe it's illusion. Because you're making the party appear that they're not there. No, you're not making the party appear that they're not there. You're blocking the view. So it'd be abjuration. Yeah. So it would be like throwing a blackout curtain over your window versus like pretending to be somebody else in your window. Does that make sense?
My guess, by the way, is that this is probably the hooded guy, the puppet master.
Oh, that's
what Kira was saying.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's probably
hello.
what
I noticed.
Thinking.
Let's see.
But we should probably keep going anyway.
Hello, kin of Gabrielle. Alright, so what do you guys want to do now as you're heading up towards those 2 trees that Kroloseth saw?
Well, we want to make sure that there's no traps around them.
Sure.
Probably a good idea. This next scene
Active
is
perception. Trap sense is activated for those who have it.
Okay, there is no physical traps that you detect.
magical trap.
There's some sort of very distinct magical. Oops. There's some sort of very distinct magical. Where'd you guys go? There we go. There's some sort of very distinct magical protection aura around one of the trees.
Just one of them?
So if you examine, you see that on one of the trees, there appears to be a glyph slide puzzle.
Oh.
Does it seem like a lock?
Yeah, something like that. So you see that there is a 4x4 grid carved into one of the trees.
No.
Great.
And
we have to solve this ourselves.
And floating in it, it's like they're actually suspended, like part of the tree, but able to move around freely. It's very weird.
I just blanked out for the whole description of that thing. There was a 4x4 grid.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all we got. So like a 4x4 grid carved into a tree, and like it's like almost like floating in the tree.
No, wait, that's a 2x2.
All right.
Okay.
And you can spin these, so they're 4-sided. Sorry, they're 6-sided. What am I saying? They're dice.
Wait, Wait, what?
They're 4x4. They're 6-sided, so you can spin them.
Oh.
And they're in a 4x4 grid. So
Can I try something crazy?
There's 16 6-sided squares, each with a different glyph.
What are you trying, crazy?
I want to try to bypass the entire system.
Is it glowing with any protective stuff?
What color is it?
What color is it? The color that you are seeing is, at the moment... come on, listen to the money talk. That's not the aura.
I didn't know that was a color.
You know, you have to keep up with them times. Dark blue.
Oh, so it is protective? So it's abjuration again, at least?
It appears to be the school of abjuration, yeah.
Ethan, what's your bypass idea that I'm scared of?
I want to just see if I can, like, hunt around the mechanism and find any sort of, like, anything that would be triggered by completion of the puzzle and try to trigger it manually.
Can I help him with that?
I can see if I can help.
Yeah, sure.
Can we do it without touching it, though? Let's look for it and without touching, because...
Can Kazuha dispel magic?
What'd you say?
Can Kazuha dispel magic so that we can get the protection aura off of it?
She can certainly try.
Does she want to try? That's scary. Okay, anyway.
When I was Kroloseth, did I see the woman do anything when she ran in between the two trees?
You did not, actually.
I feel like she has a way of bypassing it, because, like, I also feel like it would have been too... Wait, like, did Kroloseth see her as she was going up to the tree?
Kroloseth saw her running to the tree, and then as she flew over the tree, she, like, lost sight of her in the branches, and then came out the other side and was like...
There's no one here.
Where'd you go?
I'm gonna... walk between the two trees.
Is there any sort of aura in between the two trees?
Faintly.
Of what?
Color?
Very, very, very faint. Very, very faint. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm not sure exactly which spell this would be. Conjuration, I guess. So it's a very faint yellow color.
Conjuration.
Does that count for illusions?
No, illusion's a different spell.
No, you said that's gray.
That's gray or pink sometimes.
Conjuration is similar to illusion only in that it creates something new, but it makes something real rather than just something that's seen.
Yeah, Eliseth is gonna walk in between the two trees.
Because we're gonna back up and start looking at the keypad thing.
Eliseth walks between the two trees, and you see that a few of the glyphs like ripple, but they ripple like red as she goes through. Nothing happens; they just ripple red.
Does she come and she just walks through two trees and comes out the other side?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was red again?
Glyphs.
The glyphs show like ripple red, like left top to right bottom.
Alright. What
did the color red mean again?
The
evocation is what it meant.
Yeah.
But let me put it this way: when you see magical auras, it doesn't change its magical aura at all.
So it just looks like a keypad with light up if you got it wrong.
Itself is glowing red, not the aura around it. What kind of glyphs are on it?
Interesting question.
Or, if you would like to answer this other question, which glyphs glowed red?
All of them.
Was it all of them, or okay?
It went from top left to right bottom, like.
Okay.
None of you.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
None of you recognize the language.
Are you sure about
Really?
that?
Absolutely.
Unless he made up something. That's not fair. I don't think
I did not make up anything.
On this,
Try me.
Does every square have the same glyphs?
No.
Is it Sylvan?
Nope.
Is it Celestial?
Are there anything that is similar about the glyphs?
You see that there are repeats in the glyphs. Like
Repeats?
it seems like it seems like all the rows have the same 4 glyphs in them. So it's like glyph 1, glyph 2, glyph 3, glyph 4, glyph 1, glyph 2.
Can any of the magic users tell what the glyphs mean?
Because Nexa is going to cast Read Magic.
Nice.
Okay, I'm trying.
I think there were potions for that as well.
I need to actually look up how it's going to handle this. This is actually going to be interesting.
Can those of us with engineering also roll just to see what happens?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
With advantage?
Also, question, Andrew.
Yes.
These people on the ladder, they're ranked?
Yes.
What was the ranking?
It went from excuse me.
Top to bottom, Jabez was undoubtedly on top.
Jabez, Sapphire, Alienir, Xenon, Marzeth.
Okay.
Thank you.
Interesting. Okay, let's see. Can decipher magical inscriptions on objects, books, and weapons of the like which other BYs be intelligible. Deciphering does not normally invoke the magic contained in the writing, although it may do so in the case of cursed trap scroll. Furthermore, once the spell is cast and you've read the magical inscription, you are therefore able to read that particular writing without recourse to the use of read magic. You can read the rate of 1 page from it allows you to identify a glyph of warding. That doesn't answer my question. Crap. Give me a minute. I'm sorry, guys. This I have to get this right.
Okay.
Oh, so we're either going to get through or we're going to die.
That's not
Yay!
true.
Or we'll ping our location and
the glyph reads you.
Too soon, man. Too soon. I'm still scarred from the tower.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Does anyone have use magic device that wants to just try using the device?
I can try it, but I have a 0 modifier.
Cass should have used magic device because she's a caster. At least I know Rena.
Nexa does as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Nexa does too.
Alright, so this is actually... I'm going to look up online how other people have ruled on this.
Okay.
I would offer my advice, but since I'm a player, it's probably not.
I do also want to
Out of curiosity, Tasha, message me and tell me what you think my dilemma is.
I'm gonna be honest, I've only been half paying attention because I've also been talking with Kira about strategy,
Okay.
so you'd have to remind me what everything was going on.
Okay, so nobody recognizes the language that the glyphs are written in.
Oh, shit!
Now, read magic wouldn't fix that, would it?
Well, if they're magical glyphs,
if they're magical glyphs, yes.
Because it's specifically for magical languages.
If this is simply a language none of us speak, then read magic should not. If it is a magical thing, like
which has been intentionally
for horrible example, explosive runes,
or like
why
anything on any runes that are for magical use.
If it's magically based, I think read magic would do the trick.
Yeah, because it's the basis of.
So basically, if they're announcing a spell, read magic would work.
Yes.
If it's runes written in a language that none of you speaks, it would not work.
Can any of us recognize the alphabet it's written?
No.
Yeah, Nexa cast read magic.
Nexa.
So we're trying to figure out if Nexa can read it now. Which, if it's magic glyphs, that's the function of the spell.
Nexa is able to discover that these glyphs appear to have a. How do I handle this? Because she still can't read it. She has no idea what the language is.
Well, it's not based on language.
So she's trying to discover what the function is.
Yeah, so the way that magic runes work is when you carve them into something, it's like carving the spell into it.
Right.
So then reading the glyph tells you what the spell does.
Okay, so she is able to discover through this. She's able to discover that these runes are not holding a spell in themselves. They are some sort of representation. As in they are containing no actual magic, but they are part of magic. Does that make any sense?
Not entirely.
Like, they are puzzle pieces. But they don't have any actual power.
So there's no power in the glyph
Right.
themselves.
So like if you read the glyph, like it's not like a glyph of warding or a glyph of
it's not explosive runes.
It's not explosive runes. It's not what's the one? Death.
Can she figure
Sepia snake sickle?
If these parts could make a whole. Like, I'm thinking that this is a magical keypad. So, is she able to figure out what they would make as a whole? Or, like, kind of play around with it and see...
Do these, like, rotate?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the dumbest thing ever. But you know on how, like, on a physical keypad, you can sometimes find fingerprints?
Yeah.
And based on the amount of grease on it, you can figure out which the digit needs to go in.
I'm not gonna lie.
Can we try to do that with these?
How do we know?
I am a bounty hunter. I am a bounty hunter. Would I be able to figure that out, potentially? That is something that I would potentially do. Look for tracks of either survival thing or bounty hunter specifically.
You could do that. Are you both looking for that?
I mean, my first thing, like, I was looking at engineering, so if you want me to just look at engineering, I can do that. But if she suggests that out loud, Triss would definitely volunteer to try.
You guys are free to do whatever you want, though I will say at this point through your scope, you're able to see that the hooded figure has reached the dragon.
Okay.
Okay.
Wasn't picking this out fast.
Okay. I would like... Okay, did the engineering roles come up with anything?
No. Like if you can feel inside, you can basically reach inside the tree and it's like there's just negative space. You like reach where like your hand should be hitting the other side of the tree, and it's not. You're just like reaching in between these sigils, and you just feel like, whoa, there's nothing there.
Okay.
I will try to look to see if you can figure out any sort of fingerprinting, although somebody with a higher perception than me might want to give it a go.
I'm going to help
that.
You could, one of you can get, I'll tell you what, Eliseth, you can give Triss advantage if you're helping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what's Triss's perception?
Hang on.
Are we using perception or survival?
It could be either.
I'm not going to use for survival. My perception is plus 16, and that comes
mine's gonna be better than that.
Well, mine's plus 30.
Okay, somebody roll. I don't really care. Like, I can use the bounty hunter skill to help to maybe figure out, like, but you guys are going to do better with perception, so just somebody do it, I guess, with
Andrew,
advantage.
what's the verdict?
Whichever, who... Triss, you're the bounty hunter. You know what you're looking for best.
I rolled a 33 with advantage.
A 33 with advantage. You are able to make out very, very faintly little grease marks, and bit by bit, using the very edge of your fingernails, you're able to spin these until there's 2 or 3 that you're really not sure about. If you
Can Nexa tell, like, can she see the pieces of coming together to a whole?
Yeah, anyone who's smarter than me.
With her read magic?
Nexa, with her read magic, she's able to see that, like, you're trying to get them in some sort of pattern.
Well, no, duh. Can she tell what the pattern is?
Yeah, basically, can we cryptogram it? If there's only 2 or 3 left.
Basically, you guys are left to assume that it kind of makes a little, almost like a little skull out of one particular symbol.
That's so tropey.
Well, that's,
wow.
That's not creepy at all.
That's so lame. I'm sorry, I love you, but, like, of course they would. That's so mean. Can we... Are we all game for spinning it that way?
Yep.
Give it a try.
Alright.
Everybody stand back, please. And
yep.
She's going to turn the safety off, turn the safety on her rifle, and she's going to give it to Casita to look through and check on what's happening.
Righto.
Just, Casita, as you look down, you in your head, again, you suddenly hear a shriek.
Don't drop the gun, don't drop the gun!
Kazaroth goes down again.
Well, they woke him up.
Actually, you get the feeling, Casita, that as much pain as you're in, for Kazaroth, it's more painful.
I believe it.
She's magical.
Yeah.
She was also linked to him before I was.
Like, you see, like actually when it hits you, she's actually, like, clawing at her own armor, like, trying to get out of it.
The armor, specifically?
Yeah.
Casita will put a hand on her shoulder just to try and give her some sort of solidarity.
Can someone try and dispel the magic? Like, why is it linked specifically to the armor? Is that something she could dispel? Or does the scream stop after a while?
Or is she just trying to get the scream out of her head, and that's the embodiment that it takes?
Probably the latter.
Okay. Alright, in that case, yes. Is anything else happening through the scope?
You see a wing twitch, and the tail, and a leg. And then the head starts to come.
Did we get the skull formed yet?
The skull is formed. Yes.
Yeah, I walked through.
You walk through, and then all of a sudden
what
you
go.
What
did the glyphs do?
What
Did the glyphs go green?
The glyphs turn a bluish green color and shimmer across, and then back up, and then back down, and like this.
Okay, and
repeating.
next we'll notify the other ones. And
I'm gonna start like ushering people through. I'm gonna take my gun back.
I'll go through like real close to the beginning.
Is the screaming still going on?
The screaming continues through the portal, but eventually it stops, and like the last person through the portal is who?
Probably me.
Yeah, you. Last thing you hear is it pokes up in front of his head, and you hear, "Where have you gone?" Just like it's not even a good Bertram voice. Where have you gone?
And he's back.
So whiny.
Alright, we go through the door.
You go through the door, and you find yourselves...
Stealthily.
Stealthily.
I assume all our stealth still hold from before, since we haven't stopped.
Yes, you have not stopped stealthing. Kazaroth, for once in her life, does not sound like a brass band descending a staircase. Yes.
Guys, all my M&Ms are downstairs. Oh, no, they're not. Continue.
Alright, so, you guys creep, and you find yourselves in a dark, dank room. Actually, I take it back. It would not be dank. It'd be the opposite of dank. It'd be very dry. You're yourselves in a dark, dry room. Alright, so here we go. Here's how I want you to try and picture this. Alright, so I'm gonna change the music for this. Excuse me, we need better music for this.
Very creepy music.
Yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right. Not even that, that's not good creepy music. There we go. Alright. Alright, so, you're in a dark room. You see various candelabras sitting around, giving tepid light to a very large room. You're not entirely sure how far it goes in every direction. Well, actually, those of you with dark vision probably have a pretty good idea. So, there is a floor that you're standing on. Now, as far as you can see, this room, though it is deep, has no exits, except for one, a stairway going up. There's a balcony that rings this entire room. That's where the stairs go up to. The room is, most of the stone in it, the floors, are all sort of this reddish, coppery tile. They're stone, but they're reddish and coppery. You've never quite seen that color before. The pillars themselves are white marble. And there's a metal railing around sort of the upper part of the room. Yes, to you, this is bringing back memories.
Which time period?
This is bringing back...
Assume childhood?
Young childhood memories for you. Okay. You've been in this room before. This is the laboratory.
Laboratory.
You never liked coming in here as a child.
What's the significance of the laboratory?
It always smelled bad. It always smelled weird. Strange things were done in here. Bad.
There is a kid. Did bad shit here. I didn't like it. It's surprisingly hard to whisper with an accent.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I think. I assume so?
Yes. Who of you are magic users?
Does mine count?
Nexa?
Nexa, but Eliseth, you cast a few spells too, right?
I do, yes.
Alright, so...
Does mine count?
Yeah, I'd say, so for the two of yous, like...
Guys.
The two of yous, you get like a little, like a, feeling in this room. Like, as soon as you walk in, you're just like, oh. It's like... It's sort of like, imagine if you internalized the smell of a nursing home. Like that. Except, like, in your head.
Ew. Ugh.
The smell of a nursing home in your head.
Yeah. Versus, like, you look up and, for Nexa, and Nexa looks visibly, like, uncomfortable, upset. Kazaroth, you can actually see her hackles back, ears back. Like, you can almost see the fur on end. It is like, this is not natural. This is wrong. Like, this is arcanely wrong in a very specific and ancient way. This isn't okay.
Does this room have a black aura?
happy music.
I mean, it's kind of black. It's kind of like, can you see dark auras around things that are black?
I would imagine so.
Yeah, so would I.
Because it's an aura, it's not the thing.
Next, looking around, you see a lot of blackness. You see a lot of black auras. You see a lot of purple auras.
What was purple?
Ew.
Purple is transmutation.
Ew.
It's like basically all black and purple.
Basically, like Nina from FMA.
What now?
Has anyone seen FMA? Full Metal Alchemist? Nina,
Yes.
the girl dog.
Yes.
The chimera.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
That?
Yeah.
Basically that.
You don't see anything like that, but you get.
That's what this room is for.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
What does that mean?
I'll allow it, if only for the reference to Full Metal Alchemist and Nina.
If I recognize this room,
yeah,
would I remember at all, based on how getting from this room to other places where important people might have been?
Yeah, you know this is the bottom of the mountain.
Okay.
This is basically the bottom of the mountain. Anywhere you would have to go up.
All right.
So on average, like just, I'm guessing this is more Curlisus would know. How much distance did we travel with this portal?
A lot. You went from basically like a hill at the foot of the mountain to like inside the mountain.
Like center?
Yeah.
Next
Okay,
is
so like
going
a few
to
miles?
Maybe 2.
Okay.
Next is going to whisper to the group, I think we should get out of here, like, immediately.
Why?
Why do you think?
There's something wrong. There's something wrong. There's something.
Is there something wrong coming?
Kazral's just kind of whispering over and over again. There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Okay, how did Kaz?
It's the room. We need to get out.
Something's here.
Where?
Now?
Just then,
Perception.
all the candles go out.
Mother of fudge!
And that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
No!
Have a great night, guys!
It's only 11:30!
I know.
No, this is a very good place to end.
Yeah, and
if
does
we
no
get
one
into
else
a
remember what
battle-
happened when we started combat at 11:30?
Yes.
Yeah, let's not do
I'm
that
not asking
again,
to start
please.
combat, I just want to see it!
No, that's a good place to end.
That's a great place to end. They'll keep people coming back for more.
Yeah, last time we
God.
started combat at 11:30, I fell asleep in the middle of the combat.
Yeah, I'm very tired and I do not have a combat ready.
I'm not advocating for combat, but I just want to see what it is.
I
No,
would like to
let's-
point out that I was betting that you were on the flying this one, and I'm gonna guess that
Is that not what you expected us to do today?
No,
I mean-
not at all.
What did you think we were going to do?
90% of DMing is on the fly stuff.
I thought you guys were going to try
I have
and...
no idea what you just said, Emily.
Okay, so like in my head, I thought you guys were going to try and sneak around the outside of the island and go up the other side of the mountain.
It's wasteful though.
The other one that I thought you guys might do is I thought you guys might go back to the house that you guys first came in and try and use the tunnels.
I considered that.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about those. I probably would have advocated for that. Whatever, I'm dumb.
You're fine.
But we
You didn't
followed
think we were
the
going
money
after
instead.
Bertram, did you?
What, Emily? Emily, what?
Nothing is not important.
Okay.
I didn't catch what you said either. I'm sorry.
Tasha asked if you were betting on us going after Bertram.
For me, I wasn't sure if you were going to try and free Bertram because I didn't think Bertram was going to go down. I did not expect Bertram to fight back as hard as Bertram did.
Rolls.
Yeah, he rolled well.
Roll.
Although clearly eventually failed again.
Yeah, well,
Are we still streaming?
we are still streaming. Yeah.
Wait, so what about... Wait, so, but he eventually lost out.
He eventually lost.
Tasha said.
Yeah, he eventually did lose out.
I'm very curious if we actually could have done anything about that.
I don't think you could have, not now.
I didn't think so, but
I did not want to try. I'm not gonna lie.
It was not worth the risk.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, if Bertram had come after you guys would be
dead.
toast. As powerful as you guys are, and 8 against 1.
It would not.
It's Bertram.
Well, that's also my main reason why I was like, "Oh, that sucks. Now let's go." Trish was not going to go running after him. Rhiannoc wouldn't have even bothered.
Yeah, like also Tasha, I know you know this, but you know that Bertram can cast above 9th level spells.
Wait, what?
We talked about that. Remember with that one?
Yeah, no, we're not going to try and help him at all.
Remember that with the illusion / scrying spell?
No. Remind me.
Saint Adrian's Mirror.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't being an above 9th level.
It was kind of outside of that, but yeah, it was.
So why doesn't he just wish us all out of existence? Or
wish is a draining spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
wish eats experience for player characters.
I know, but here's the thing. If they have him under control, they could literally just use him, have him wish everything that they want into existence, burn him to death, and then they have everything they want. Wouldn't kill the game, obviously, but still, these are ways that you can circumvent the problem.
No, here's the reasoning against that. Is if they're trying to control him, they have an ultimate weapon. Now, here's the thing. Bertram is powerful enough that he's able to seal off parts of himself. As in, like, there are parts of him that cannot be wrested from himself.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Because it's basically like
magical compartmentalization.
Yeah, that's actually a great term for it.
You can see that in Aragon, and you can also see it in Sword of Truth series that Richard does it, but those are innocuous novels that most people don't read. But yes, that's a thing.
Yeah, no, that was part of that was actually part of that was an Aragon idea. Was the idea that there are parts of your brain that you can seal off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that like the little there's like this little magical part.
Yeah.
Of
yeah, like
I need to reread those.
I have to say is like I liked the first one, but boy, it fell off hard after the first one.
No, the fourth one was freaking awesome.
The fourth one was very hard. There were lengths of the fourth one which were hard to get through.
Okay, the hardest one to get through though was like whichever one where like Aragon is basically sitting there. The parts of Inheritance where like basically Aragon's just like, here, let me discover myself for 300 chapters. Oh, yeah, I mostly skipped those.
I loved that part. I first read these novels in 4th grade, and I loved them. I got through the first one in a week and a half.
Interesting. So you did like Eldest though?
I did.
Huh.
I will say I haven't read Eldest
I remember liking Eldest.
I remember being mad at the movie because it didn't set it up for Eldest.
Oh, the movie was trash.
Oh wait, we're still streaming. Do you guys want to run through the quotes and then we can continue this discussion?
We've only got 2, I think.
Okay, which ones do we have?
Ethan? Oh no, hang on, we've got more. Ethan, you joining me here?
Ethan.
Awkward silence. Okay.
Ethan has fallen asleep.
Well,
Ethan has fallen and chooses not to get up.
Hang on. He just showed up again.
There you go.
On the dock.
Oh.
I don't know if he's muted or something. We'll give him a minute.
Hello?
Speak.
Is you
Hey! Hey! We can't hear you.
Your mic has decided to rebel.
Your mic has decided.
Hello?
There you are.
Hey.
Hi.
The frick was that all about?
I don't know.
Good question. Cool. You ready to start quotes?
Yeah.
All right. I'll take the first one.
Sure.
10 minutes of glorious kebabs and then you die.
You do the chicken dance seductively on a rooftop?
What do you call a baby crow? A proletariat?
And in that moment, the raven feels solidarity with all male birds.
And that's it.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this is definitely a pretty offbeat session.
That's fun, no.
All right. Well, anyway, I hope you're having a great night, and bye now.